Nick Holland, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Mick's more comfortable playing up the ground these days.
McCartney's got Thompson, and it looks like Hay might have McKernan. Kangaroos go to the left of screen. Crawford searching handball out wide to Rawlings. Hay had to keep his eye on it. He did. Harvey goes back. Grant arches back a bit and then goes to half forward. King's been outstanding again this year. Scholler won a big game tonight. Terrific career. Back inside 50, but was touched off the boot. Belted forward by Abraham. McCabe looked high there. No free kick. They were very strong on Lang. Handball over the top, well weighted. Vandenberg's little kick didn't go far. Attacking it was Simpson. Vandenberg goes hard at him. It has been a fierce opening. Sweeping handball by Clayton. Pickett sits and waits for it, then goes inside. Little handball was good. Hooking a back shoulder, full forward. And Rocky gets back, and wouldn't he love to play a big one here tonight? He played in a premiership team with the Kangaroos. Oh, big fly.
He's been doing that all season, Jade Rawlings, taking an enormous amount of marks for a defender and some great ones as well.
Well, he's really the fourth musketeer in a way with the young guns, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been a very good find for them. It's almost by necessity. Trent Crowe's got Blakey, who'd be too powerful for him if they isolate him.
Dixon's long bomb over Thompson. Martin versus Holland. Holland's little left footer doesn't go far, but it's in the pocket. Hawthorn in attack.
Just does enough, Mick, doesn't he?
He does, and Nick Holland just didn't have the pace to break away. He had a yard on Miggy, and there's probably a few full forwards who are a little bit fleeter of foot that might have been able to get clear, but he was right on his hammer, and that's going to be a great duel.
Front spot was Thompson, belted away by Burton. Simpson, Crawford, up to centre wing. At the back, Tallis was pretty good. Taken by Harford, wobbly one to half forward. It ricochets away from Thompson. Attacking hard was Crawford. Hooks it back to full forward. A one-on-one in the square. Dixon and Pickett. They've got the numbers, the Kangas. McCartney, awkward looking kick, but very effective. Simpson didn't take the mark and then forced a kick in a hurry. It might beat Lang to the line, and it does.
Good result for Hawthorn because Lang had about 20 metres of space. They had numbers on the wing. They really flooded to this side once they realised the ball was going to come back out this side, and that's not a bad result for Hawthorn.
So Blakey's got crowed. Burton and Salmon, well, the two giants. Salmon, the giant of the 80s in many ways.
And the other matchup we looked at, McCabe has gone to King on the back flank.
It's forcing in front. Harvey was working for a free kick. Bell, it's out on the full, so it'll be Rock or Harford to take it. Rocky, who started with the Kangas back in '88, the year before Wayne Carey went there. Kicks to half forward, Martin and Holland, and it belted out. How would Holland's upper body strength compare with Mickey Martin's, do you reckon?
Oh, look, he'll get a lot better because he's a taller man and he's got long muscle. He's got a very good leverage aspect to him, but in body on body, Nick isn't a good just raw grunt push type of player. Nick will get him that way.
Burton at the back, handball by Grant, back to Pike, back to Simpson. Oh, took a while, and then may have got a free kick. Crowed in late.
Dermot, you probably find that Wood's now picking up King.
Yep.
He's gone to him.
That's just one of the on-ball matchups. Richie Vandenberg's picking up Brent Harvey, and also Daniel Harford and Peter Bell looks like a good matchup.
Motlop short to Abraham. When he's got a bit of space, Tallis tries to run him down. Kick to centre half forward. Salmon got a finger on it. Oh, strong handball back by McCabe to Rock, sweeping it. Third kick for Rock to Mark Graham at half back. Calling for his forwards to go. He kicks into the centre. Holland made a strong attack on the ball. King, shrug one. He's gone. He's gone. The advantage is paid. Woods on the burst to Graham, who can kick a goal. 48 metres out. Delivers it home. The Hawks have got the first.
That's just a perfect start for the Hawks. Mark Graham's really come back into some form over the last couple of weeks. And you saw the change of direction start right back deep in the defensive 50. Anthony Rock kicked it out to Graham to start with, and then they flooded the ball up. It was brought back into the middle, a good contest from Holland. David King just tried to do too much. He broke the first tackle, chanced his luck, got punished, and then Woods broke away with it, set up Graham. The forwards all led up the ground, and that's a great kick on the run from 45.
Mark Graham with the first goal.
What price the first goal kicker being fullback, Bruce?
Big odds, Chase.
I don't reckon Dennis would be too tolerant of Craig Scholl allowing Graham to run the 180 metres down to the other end.
So the Hawks have the first through Mark Graham. There's Salmon and Burton. So the Fish, who Peter Schwab told Hutto before the game was 100%. Bell out of the centre and then goes to full forward. Not a great kick. It was a sort of 50-50 kick that went nowhere in the end. McKernan hooks back. That could be dangerous. Right there, Chick concedes.
A good match-up down here, boys. There's obviously Brent Harvey, who played fantastic last week for the Kangaroos, and Richard Vandenberg on here. Good speed there.
Yep. Rawlings out wide. So what's the normal try to get out of it for Hawthorn from full back, is it?
Yeah, look, they recognise that where the ball is right now, that's where you want it, but they probably turn it over, I would say, the most out of any team in the league from full back. That's a free.
Woods. Dixon on his wrong side, keeps it low and long, and McCartney takes the mark.
Yeah, just not dominant enough with the right foot there, Ben Dixon. I thought there was the North Melbourne free, on the Kangaroos free on the back flank there for a bit of a grab on the jumper.
Lang the target. Dixon stood his ground pretty well, though. Just outside 50 for Hawthorn. Salmon. Cheeky little one back. Then hooking at Vandenberg to the front of the square. Dixon belting back to Thompson. Good take. Handball back outside 50. Woods goes back to Holland. Slow to Rock. Picks it off, but gives it up to Thompson. Thompson got in a couple of players got in his road. Martin gets it back to Motlop. Motlop out wide to Bell.
Good defence.
Yep, Bell's got a bit of time now to come away. Goes in short to Harvey. Harvey at half back. To half forward. Bell, good tackle. Terrific tackle. The advantage given. Rock on the receiving end. Little slow handball over the top to Woods. Build-up's impressive.
Gee, you've got Dixon on his own down here.
Kick by Young to Barlow, out wide to Dixon. Can he get onto his left? The handball inboard. Chance now, and Rawlings to behind.
Gee, that would have been great. The Hawks have really been working on the backman really running forward to put pressure on the forwards and make them chase and also create opportunities. We saw Mark Graham kick the first goal. Jade Rawlings over the last couple of weeks has had shots for goal. He's run down and taken marks. That time he linked up for the handball. Just couldn't finish under pressure.
Here's the zone we look at with Byron Pickett. 14 men employed in the Hawthorn zone. That's what he's steering. He wants it up the middle there. Not much space. And he's going to trick him. Yeah, good kick.
Off one step.
Gee, he likes taking on any situation, Byron Pickett, doesn't he? Blakey bursts through half-back now, looking for the corridor.
Gets almost over the top. Graham trying to get back.
That's a good effort.
This is a good kick by Makepeace. Just not quite coming back. It's a behind. So a couple of points to the Kangas.
You've got to like Byron Pickett the way he goes about it. No matter what the situation, whether it's a kick, he's brave enough to have a go at it.
Yep.
Whether it's running out and trying to meet the ball from the opposition, he'll back himself. He just plays like a cavalier.
So Graham to centre wing. Rawlings just kept it in. Salmon had an airy, but he did hold Lang up. Lucky not to give a free kick away. And out of play. And Barlow's kick not counting. So boundary throw in. Hawthorn with the only goal so far of the match through Mark Graham. Have a look at this. 11 straight in 98, then 10 and 8 straight last year, and 5 straight so far this year. It's a remarkable record by the Kangaroos in recent times. When they get on a roll, they really know how to put together a big sequence. Harvey did well, actually. That's typical of the way Dennis has coached them, to squeeze something out of not much and to get it forward. 1-1 to 2 behind.
Still yet to see a pattern form in this game. Nobody's seeing any domination of any area yet. Just yet to unfold as for the way the rest of the game's going to pan out.
The Fish was feeling for Burton there. Harvey, he's won a high tackle. He could feel Vandenberg, then he gives to... No, it's going to come back. Bell short. Rock running with him. They would have trained a lot together at Arden Street. They kicked the centre half forward. Plenty of numbers for the Hawks, but they didn't take it. Harford held his man back, which was good. Hay had it ripped away. Terrific by Bell. Then Bell was tackled hard. Scholl gets it out. King unloads to the goal square. Can McKernan impose himself almost? Harford getting back. Grant looking for a free kick. Oh, shouldn't have got it. Well, that's my opinion anyway. back, and then fell forward.
Well, you wear that one as long as they go consistent on it for the rest of the night. It's very soft. Plays on.
And hooks it and kicks a goal.
Good effort. Well, the skills were a whole lot better than the decision by the umpire.
Yeah, well, look,
you'll wear it if they're consistent with it, even though you don't like it.
whether or not it's a free kick, you've still got to make sure that if you're a defender in that situation, you don't put yourself in a position where the umpire might deem it to be a free kick. I mean, you've just got to be a little bit gentler in your approach on the man with the ball. He just, look, he stood his ground, Grant, and Harford hit him a bit solid. He perhaps needed to come around to his side and just stand over him rather than make a physical bumping contact with him.
Kangaroos hierarchy with Dennis Pagan. Have a look at his record against Hawthorn. His only losses have been by 3 points in '93 and by a couple of points a couple of years ago. He's got 10 and 2 against the Hawks, Dennis Pagan.
Richie ran at Big Spider Burton.
Harvey belts inside 50. Rawlings big fly. Vandenberg, McCabe. It was Tallis actually. McCabe back. Danger. Can't panic. Got away with it. Barry Young.
Not scared to flick it around, are they?
Hay. Should be safe. Gets to Woods at half back. Bell marks the spot.
Now, Crode's drifted up too early.
It's a poor kick.
And the wrong option, really. McCabe standing still, and Harford has it ripped away from Clayton. Free kick to the Hawks.
Just overusing it a bit, Hawthorn there. They just have to make sure they're not too fancy and just do the percentage things out of the back line.
That's a good kick to Young.
This is where you've got to try and get Thompson one out. He's a very good pair of hands overhead. He's on the charge.
Young decides to go longer, and Crode's a chance. Big fly from Blakey, went very early. Simpson at the back. Rock's red at best. Can he reel it in? He's got Tallis out there. Rock's little one back inboard. Play on. Crawford goes to Thompson. Pushed out by McCartney. No free kick. Back to Dixon. Handball away. Woods kept his head over the top of the ball. He's besieged left, right and centre. Back to Rock. Back to Harford. Pickett stole it beautifully. Harford a second, third go. Smother coming from Grant. Comes back inboard. And coming away is Makepeace. A little too far for Lang. Should mop it up. Crawford at the back, so he's getting his hands on plenty early. Kick back is a good one to Tallis.
That's the kind of effort that if it was time on scores a level, you'd be raving about him for years, those second and third efforts.
Vandenberg, terrible kick.
He lets himself down with foot disposals, Richie. He's hard at it, but that's what we know his lack is.
Oh, well done, Chick. That was courageous.
And what they're doing actually at the moment, the Hawks are bunching and the Kangaroos defenders are finding it a bit easy to pick off, and they're just going long in there.
Well, no Carey. You can notice it already, can't you, with just the way the Kangaroos are set up.
They're out-crumbing the Hawks inside their own 52. The Roos defenders are picking up every spilt ball going in there. They'll probably need somebody smaller to be back there, even though they've got the tall timber, just to pick it up. And at the other end, we can't work out what's going on. They've only been inside about 3 times, the Roos.
Harvey to Grant to Pike. A handball by Young. Harford gets it at centre wing. And
That's
then
a kick.
goes to Thompson. Worked underneath by McCartney. Pike back to Blakey, sweeps a long one to McCartney, decides not to use Grant. Good kick, finds Lang at centre wing.
Disappointing attack on it by Thompson. That was just a straight out drop.
He dropped the chest mark.
Yep.
Grant to Simpson, to Lang, loads it up, goes to McKernan in the box seat. Well done, good stretch at the back by Hay. Harford to Hay, terrific hands, run down. Play on called, Motlop. He's outnumbered in the end. Hawthorn are getting numbers back. Tallis works to the line. Abraham gives away a free kick.
Surely.
I reckon that's the trade-off, Bruce. Hawthorn can't crumb it at their end because they're getting numbers deep into their own defence. Concerned about getting blown out of the game by the potential of the front and centres for the Kangaroos.
Burton to Abraham. Chick. Well done, Rawlings. Had to get rid of it in a hurry. Scholl, still Scholl. Tallis with him. Motlop tries a toe poke. Hawks get their hands on it. McCabe tries to get it out to Barry Young, who gets rid of a Kangaroo. Gets back towards Vandenberg, boundary throwing.
They're just still trying to do too much with the ball at the moment, Hawthorn, under pressure, because the Kangaroos are so strong when they tackle. They don't give you a second chance. If you get a split second, you throw it on the boot and you kick it long.
It's a bit untidy at the moment, isn't it? Well read by Motlop, and then hooks back to the goals. Terrific run marked by Makepeace. We saw him come in as an emergency at Colonial against Geelong. Didn't have a good go that night, but he's made a bit of a mark in the last couple of weeks, this young fellow.
He's got a couple of marks on his right arm as well, hasn't he? I think he's got the tribalism.
Yeah, stay out his way, boys.
Showed very good acceleration to make ground over the last 5 metres to take that chest mark.
Won the best and fairest in the reserves last year, up from the supplementary list, and taking his chances in the last month. Kick to goal. Welcome to the club, they say, as the Kangas get the last two after Mark Graham's opening goal.
I just think the worrying thing from the Hawthorn point of view at the moment, we just see the quick shark from Motlop and Makepeace accelerating onto the ball. Hawthorn's had plenty of the ball. They've had more of the ball than the Kangaroos. They've had plenty of opportunities, but they haven't made the most of it. And that was one thing we looked at early. Kangaroos don't need a lot of it to put a score on the board.
It's scrappy and it's defensive. Who wins if it stays like that through the night?
Oh, the Roos love it. Yep. They like it when it's down and dirty.
2-2-1-1. Well, it's been down and dirty early, hasn't it? Vandenberg, he doesn't mind it down and dirty. Kicks it to about 50. Holland's big fly. Where are the crummers? Dixon. Well, Pickett's tackle was so quick, wasn't it? Then Dixon reels it in under. Might have been a bit lucky. Harvey. It ricochets a bit. Clayton's onto it. Now gets it under control at half back and goes up to half forward. Rawlings will be the fly at the back. Belts it away. McCabe and King. And now the Kangas have got some numbers. Lang, Hay did well to Chick. A bounce.
He's got nowhere to go.
Takes a chance and kicks it beautifully to Graham, doesn't he? Graham's on his wrong side. Goes to Dixon. Good mark.
So Nick Holland's got to stretch McMartin here.
Oh, great kick.
Holland did stretch him. Back towards. Bit flat-footed. That's
And
a
another
good kick.
great kick.
Got Crowd.
You could see just when Trent Croat was trying to lead then, he dummied one way, he dummied the other way, and in actual fact he made 3 moves, and at the last second you could see Tony Woods out of the corner of his eye see Trent Croat break out that side, and really off one step he just kicked it at a 45-degree angle right out in front of him, and he marked it 5 metres clear.
I reckon that'd concern Dennis Pagan if Crowd goes to the square and is isolated against Blakey in the square.
40 metres out.
Got it.
Thumping kick for a goal.
He's a big, powerful kid. He's still learning just how strong he is, Trent Croat on screen there. Tony Woods got the kick forward. I reckon he got a little bit of an instepper there. I reckon that was half incorrect. He just didn't spot it right, but this was the skill. That's why the centre-half forward's very important, because that's where it breaks down. First of all, the reception there by Dixon, and then giving it off with good skills. And there, yeah, he's kicked that on the instep a bit.
Kangaroos by a point after Crode's goal. 2-2-2-1. Burton kicking away. Woods and Clayton. Back to Young. Kicking to a space at centre wing half forward. Thompson worked underneath by McCartney. Rock in pretty quickly. Crawford has some time to use it. Comes across. Harford.
Crawford starting in the middle and then goes and plays half forward flank.
Vandenberg loads one up for Crode. McCartney took a beautiful free kick to Crode though for high.
You mentioned earlier, Dermot, you said that might worry Dennis Pagan if Crode plays out of the square. I mean, that's the first thing Peter Schwab's going to do. He's going to look at the matchup on Crode and say, OK, I've got John Blakey. Let's make him the key forward. Move Nick Holland up, which drags Mick Martin away from goal, which is another good matchup for Hawthorn. You can see the left arm over the shoulder there. Good decision. And also Nathan Thompson can lead up. And look, it's the ideal setup for Hawthorn at the moment.
Every game Hawthorn have won this year, they've been leading at quarter time, and they haven't pulled one off where they've been behind.
So the start's all important, and so's this kick. Deja vu. Kicks his second.
The thing is with Dennis Pagan too, he's got to be careful whether he goes for long enough with Blakey on him, if they just keep isolating him there, because otherwise you're just swapping the deck chairs. Because I reckon Blakey will be pulled back to the square for most of the night, because they're all 3 good marking forwards. Yep. And Blakey's like a very experienced, tall flanker. He's not a key position player.
It's a bit like Russian roulette for Dennis now, isn't it, with Blakey and also Crode. That match-up, pushing forward Makepeace. Clayton, rock onto him. And
you just sense when a bloke leaves a club and he plays them again, anyone in the new list who's come along to that club since Rocky's left, he doesn't like him.
Well, it's a big night again for him tonight. Oh, well done, King. Well done, King. Splits the middle.
Definitely better at ground level, the Roos.
That was pretty disappointing, I think, from a Hawthorn point of view. They had numbers there.
Yep.
I mean, Salmon made a great effort to get across and just do enough to make the ball spill. And really, they should have mopped up there, but they almost stood back and waited for someone to win the ball. You can see them on both sides of the contest there, and there's Graham again at the back. But no one actually went in and got the ball.
It's a classic case of front and centre, isn't it? He just beautifully poised there. He's further afield from where the ball carrier is. He gets pinned and he swoops.
It's one thing to have numbers, it's another to have numbers in the right spot.
McKernan now in the ruck, boys, and Hewitt now playing centre half forward.
Wayne Carey there, who pulled out before the game. McKernan back to Harford, belts forward, to centre half forward, Martin. Oh, good, Mark McCartney. He's taken a couple tonight on Thompson and then kicks it out wide. And a boundary thrown. So we've got McCartney on Thompson, Martin on Holland, and Blakey on Crode.
Yeah, McCartney's the one doing well. Thompson's coughed one up on the lead. He's let McCartney, even though the infringement was against Crode, Thompson's let McCartney get to the contest as the third man up on a couple of occasions.
Thompson lays it down. Crawford quickly. Dixon, awareness was outstanding to Tallis, and then Tallis's long one to Crode, but won't get that far. Holland and Martin, good contest. Crode, very well done to Barry Young.
McCabe on.
Left foot is very untidy.
Yeah, McCabe running through the centre, through the goal square as well. But yeah, you expect the experience. You pay for an experienced player. You expect him to be able to just get it to the benefit of the team there. So look, he won't be happy with that.
He's had it a few times, Young, early, hasn't he? He's had 4. Martin on hands and knees. Woods ripped it off him somehow and then gets in a handball away. Bell quickly onto it. Holland back to provide a contest, and then Pike scraps it back to Bell. Bell's left footed around the corner, almost up to centre wing. Vandenberg, Harvey, boundary throw in. What about the midfield matchups? How do you read them so far?
Yeah, well, they're actually rotating a bit because Crawford's going in for the first bounce, for the bounce each time. Then he pushes to the flank. He takes Simpson with him. You've got Rock against Bell, so two similar statured type players. Just Peter Bell's got a couple of years up his sleeve.
Just held on to a bit there, Barlow. No free kick. Makepeace kicks it to Chicken Abraham. That's a good contest as well.
Very good athlete, Daniel Chick, and Winston Abraham just capable of the mercurial.
We mentioned earlier about Hawthorn having plenty of the ball. They've gone inside 15 times to the Kangaroos 9.
Harvey's had it 7 times for the Kangas early. He's had a terrific season. Salmon and McKernan. McKernan belts it on the second occasion. Clayton didn't take possession, won a free kick, I think, not paid. Now Bell sits and waits and then uses that pumping leg action and kicks to McKernan. Stretches him out, and Corey went to ground. That was the wrong thing to do. Gets back to Rawlings, wants the boundary line, found it.
He's been the main find for the Hawks this season, I'd say.
He's been consistent all year down in defence, almost their best defender for the season, which isn't bad considering you've got Hay with big raps on him and Mark Graham, an experienced defender. Just overstretched. He probably needed to decide whether he could get there or not and then keep his feet.
Yeah, just bottle it up on the deck.
Good smother by Young on McKernan and then Salmon. Vandenberg searches for it and searches for it very, very well. And then kicks to about 60 metres. Blakey, good contest against Crow. Bell's hands were terrific. Blakey runs away and then belts it to about 50. Hewitt, good attempt. Lang in the front spot. Hay and Chick to put the pressure on. Chick's it was good. Hay off the ground, out of bounds on the full stiff. 20 marks to 10, Hawthorn's favour early days. King decides to belt back in. McKernan will be his target. Graham should have done better. It comes out. Grant hooks it back. Wobbly, hasn't got the legs. Harford search. He has some time. He's normally an accurate kick.
That's a good spot.
Kick.
It was the right option too, wasn't it? Releases Graham. He's normally a penetrating kick. Got too close. Going to ground Pickett. Dixon, Martin, still with Dixon.
Well done.
And decides to go to his left, and then terrific kick to Crawford. Crawford didn't go for the mark, goes onto his right and kicks a goal. They're in front again. Thompson was terrific.
He was. I thought the second time he was going to say, all right, I've got around Byron Pickett. Oh, Mick's going to put the body over it. He charged at it, and I reckon Mick was just taken aback a fraction here. Watch him on screen. Mick looks to bottle it. He doesn't charge at it. Now, I reckon he could have just really put it through Benny Dixon there, but he just looked to sum up the situation. Perhaps he was just going with the experience, but very hard running from Crawford as well.
It's been very lively early. Dixon, he's had half a dozen possessions, and Pickett's only had the 2 handballs. So he is giving him a bit of space, and they're trying to use him, which is a good decision.
If you do have creativity, you can do a bit of damage on Pickett.
Mark Graham made possessions early.
Yep.
Been important. Harvey out of the centre. Bouncing ball, hard to take. Trying to get a little one away. Was Abraham. Rawlings sweeps it to Harford, to Dixon. Finally a pattern is emerging, isn't it? We've been playing a while, but we're getting a pattern.
Hawthorn looking to go wide off the half-back line every time.
Dixon, oh, good mark, Simpson.
He's going to do him in there. Yeah, the Hawks are getting it to the half-back line. Look to go wide, and then the kick from the centre, a 50-metre kick going inside 50.
Hewitt to Grant, and then Grant loads one up to centre half forward. Scholl using the body, comes to ground. Chick
well done.
had it robbed. Abraham.
He was good then, Abraham.
Laying back to Rock, and then Rock's kick is very effective to Woods, who's had plenty of it. Drops it. He'll fancy himself against the Spider, and then kicks it hard and long.
Pace.
Got it, Crow. Didn't take it. Hooks it back, and misses. Does Hawthorn gain anything from Rock's intelligence at being under Pagan for so long?
Well, I think we've seen a couple of instances already where Rock's read the play better than anyone else because he knows the way that the Kangaroos do set the play up. But Crow there was just running a million miles an hour, and I think he took his eye off the ball.
Just needed to, just bottle it up on the last pace there.
Tulane was strong there, wasn't he?
Yeah, front position, just got the big wide back on him.
And then confidently takes them on.
What a bad
But
decision.
Well read by Graham.
so 7th kick for Graham. He kicked the opening goal of the match. He hasn't wasted too many. Holland working away. So Thompson and Crow have missed a couple of easy marks, haven't they, forward?
Dixon's the
really
man cutting him up at the
exploiting
moment. Rock's got free, if you can see him.
Dixon's been terrific. Kicks to about 50. Well done, Pike.
Well done.
Bell read it beautifully. Front and square. And then Simpson on his wrong side. Back to Salmon. So the Kangas are coughing it up a bit.
Oh, they're everywhere on the northern side. The Hawks, he elects to go straight up the middle road and tell us.
Go long to Crow, one out.
And does. You'd back Crow. Little shove. Blakey in the front. Crow, can he kick a third? Can he kick a third? He hooks it. He's missed it.
Gee, he didn't jump. I thought he'd jump then and just get the early set.
I think he mistimed his run-up and he found himself he would have got there too early.
I think you'll see if we get that up again at some stage. The ball comes in very flat, doesn't give him a chance to get his paces right in the intro up to Blakey's back.
Abraham coming off now. I think Chick's done quite good in this first quarter on Abraham.
Perfect conditions, Dipper.
Absolutely, Bruce.
So Pickett to bring it in.
Yep, you'll be looking up the middle. No, they're going to go wide this time, Byron. Maybe Simpson straight up the middle or just straight at Blakey. Here we go, Clayton just inside. That's a good result. Good result for the Roos there. And they don't even lead. They just wait for the Hawthorn zone to separate by the way that Byron points his body. Then the Hawthorn zone reacts to it.
Chick. Abraham hasn't quite made his way off the ground. He's won himself a free kick. So Winnie at centre wing. 4-3-3-2. It's interesting. Dermot talked about Hawthorn leading at quarter time and winning matches. Well, they're 7 points in front at the moment. Haven't been beaten this year if they do lead at quarter time. It's a bad kick over the back. Now Thompson.
Got to pull it back.
Hooking back. Beaten everybody. Mickey might be the sweeper. He's going to leave it for Pike. Pike, Blakey, Martin. They worked it pretty well. A lot of experience there. Then Martin loads it up. They've got Big Spider. Didn't take a one-hander. Forcing forward with Hewitt. McCabe searching a bit. Harford's handball effective to Chick. Chick's handball over the top.
Well, they want it long.
Hay, confident. Half a handball to Chick, to Hay. Could he go all the way? Line to that. It's going through. Sensational goal.
They got their tail up, the Hawks.
I tell you what, they'll lead at quarter time.
And again, another defender has come from down back. They've made something out of nothing. They really didn't have a leading forward. They wanted to get it far enough up the ground before they kicked it in long, but as it panned out between Chick and Hay, a couple of handballs, look at him just take McKernan on. He says, I think I've got the pace to get around him. King props, almost smothers the handball. Chick gives it back. He's run a fair way. That's pretty good because you're normally pretty tired by the time you've done that amount of work, and isn't he happy with the result?
Poor effort by Corey. I mean, just to jump sideways at him, you've got to keep your feet on the deck if you're tackling. He's out of the game as soon as he decided to jump at him.
Woods with 10 posies early, been important. Crawford slung off it, so it's a couple of goal game early. Hawks will lead, you reckon, at quarter time. Vandenberg held up. Harford, Salmon, clever to Rock, and then kicks to Crode or Holland. Holland went for, I reckon it was Crode's ball.
Yeah.
Mickey away.
Well, that's just about a line ball now. The Hawks haven't been headed at the end of a game if they lead at quarter time, and they've never won one from behind. But against this unit of the North Melbourne Kangaroos, who are so professional, that just about puts it at 50-50, I reckon.
They can find a way, the Kangas, can't they?
Yep.
And there's a big game here, and there's a lot of big sport on 7. Dipper with Glenn Archer. That midfield for the Hawks had so much of it in the opening term. Those small runners like Harford and Crawford and Woods and Vandenberg going forward again to 50. The advantage given, Mickey had won the free kick, and Pike's got it. And then kicks, and McKernan, who we talked about at quarter time, just the one posie in the opening term. Motlop kicks to centre half forward. Oh, Chick was good.
Strong body.
He just backed in front, took front position, and then held it well in the hands.
Now, this is where they're manning up now. That's been the quarter time address, I bet you, because Hawthorn are going laterally from half back.
Oh, look at Dixon on his own if he turns around quickly.
No, Fish is like a battleship, Jace. You can't do that. Also, Richard Taylor's gone up forward for the Hawks. That was the one component they were missing out on. They were getting out-crumbed underneath the hands of those three big players.
That's a great kick.
Gee, Dixon has delivered today. 2 kicks to Holland have been superb. One in the opening term and that one.
He's the most important man on the ground at the moment. They're going to try and Thompson take McCartney away. And Crode against Blakey in the goal square. Blakey's playing him 10 metres in front, back to play.
He's almost playing centre-half forward at the moment, Dixon, and they've pulled everyone else back, and they're trying to exploit the space that he's being given.
So Holland at 50.
Kicked well this year, but that ain't going to register. For a big one anyway.
Snuck it in for a behind. They've had big goal kickers this year, the Hawks. The Kangas haven't. In fact, King's 5 goals is the biggest anyone's kicked for the Kangaroos. Yep. No one's kicked more, but for Hawthorn, there's been 6s and 6s and 6s from Thompson and Holland and Crode. The ball outside, well outside the 50 is a long bomb. Harford, who played so well in that win against Brisbane at this ground. A win that really gave Hawthorn a bit of momentum in round 3.
Absolutely. You get just the feeling that this is the most important game of the season. You could all be doom and gloom from here if they look back and they've got done, or it might be a launching pad. The Kangaroos, we know they're just going to come out week in, week out and be very good.
Thompson clever to Woods, and Woods has kicked a goal.
That's hit the umpire.
It hasn't got there.
I reckon that's nearly hit the goal umpire.
Ooh. Well, I reckon the boys down in the van will get another one of this.
Gee, have a look at the way the ball props when it bounces. Now tell me if this hits... That's hit the goal umpire.
Yeah, I reckon it would have hit the post.
I think he thinks John Blakey put the hand on it.
Yeah, until it goes truly to the back of the goal line, it's still in play, so he's entitled to do that.
Gee, stiff with the bounce.
Blakey gave it to Harvey. It looked home, didn't it?
It got up off a good length.
Winnie's big fly against Burton. No mark. Tallis pushed out. Motlop's give was good to Clayton. Clayton over the top. Shoal front spot. Well done, Graham. We had a super first term.
Good numbers there by the Roos on the wing, but the Hawks outnumber them at the other end. It's just a game of chess, and it's an arm wrestle at the moment. Who is going to crack first? Because you feel that if one of these two areas that floods that zone with more players, if one of them cracks open, you get a 3 or 4 quick goal advantage.
Jim McKernan got rid of Salmon. No free kick.
He's been brilliant, Woods.
Then Rawlings got it to him, and Woods kicks to a space. Numbers are with the Kangas. Harvey. Simpson just kept Crawford away. Burton the target, just too big for everybody there.
That's the best grab I've seen him take this year.
Spider outside 50, lobs it up to full forward. Shannon Grant's front spot, Harford back there with him, and then happily concedes a behind.
There we go, that's half, and Shannon Grant.
Yeah, nothing much happening there.
Save the boys a few bob. Let's have a look at the way they come in. Jonathan Hay, too often I reckon he just looks for an unmarked man,
even if they're just in.
Oh, this is a horrible outnumber here.
Salmon has to stand tall, and he
that's
does.
That was a 3-4-on-1 there by the time the ball came down. He's going to hold it up here.
Well, they just have no one breaking. There's no quick second kick on here, so he's going to switch play.
3 marks for Salmon. He hates to waste the footy. He prefers to go short these days, doesn't he? Chick got it from Hay and then provides some run and then kicks to Vandenberg. Too far. Could be dangerous. Harvey's got leg speed. Can he deliver? Option okay. Execution not great. Scholl struggling early. Woods terrific. Oh, Makepeace held them up very well. It was Tallis. Pike has to search for it a bit. He's got it now. Didn't give to Simpson and decided to go back to Burton. Big fly Rawlings. Did very well. Scholl just searching. Tallis all over him. No free kick. Gets it back out. Handball out by Harvey was good to King. King's kick effective.
Here comes Pickett.
Clayton running for him. Pickett.
Oh, in the pocket.
Oh, that's a poor kick.
Wanted Lang, it was a poor kick, goes back to Pickett. Pickett goes back to Clayton. They're back to where Clayton started from. Then Clayton decides to give it all he's got. Salmon should take the mark, and he's brought down. No free kick. Motlop kicks a goal. Can you believe that?
Third possession for Byron Pickett. Got took down by the arm, taken down.
I think Fish might have had a word to the umpire as he jogged by too. He thought he was dragged down unfairly. They looked to have the numbers down back as we look. There was some great pressure at half forward. They just didn't let the Kangaroos set it up, and in the end, it just had to be driven forward by Clayton. Salmon looked to have his name all over it.
Oh, good spot. Yeah, touch and go that one.
Motlop's clever goal. Abraham in on Salmon, but
It's a soft goal, that one.
He wore one on the side, actually. He's looking from the side on angle.
Soft goal, though.
Yep. Yeah, too easy.
Burton and Salmon.
He's getting better, Burton, isn't he, this quarter?
King
Well, that's hit him in the face.
That was Harford got it in the face. King read it well. Abraham. Burl, chick onto him. Abraham.
Loves this.
Capable from here, isn't he? Can it bend back? Just misses. Such power from a standing start.
Absolutely. He just explodes them out of there, doesn't he?
Daniel Harford's still rubbing the face. He has smothered David King's kick with his nose.
Good start here for the Kangaroos in the second term. 4-4-5-5.
Taylor coming off. Richard Taylor only
Didn't have a touch.
6.5 minutes, and Glenn Barrier comes on.
Salmon too tall for Lang. So 4 marks for the big fish.
Got Vandenberg breaking down the wing.
They're going down straight lines now, the Hawks, and I reckon that'll suit the Roos.
Vandenberg gets it back.
He spiked that one forward.
To Woods, to Crawford, who can go away here. Pressure was good though, but he found his man. And the kick from McCabe to the pocket. Crowd, Blakey, back to Young, and Pickett rolls it over.
Just wasn't the spot they wanted the ball to come into. McCabe, I mean, he saw the lead coming from Crowd, but he would have been better off ignoring it. This is that smother we talked about. David King in the middle. Smash right in the middle of the face.
How's your eye, suppose?
McCartney, Thompson got rid of him. Lucky not to give a free kick away. Blakey front spot, takes the mark. To Pike. Pike's centering kick is a good one. Bell to run hard and onto it, and he does, and then thump it forward. Not such a good option in the end because Graham's acceleration was good.
Scholl's trying to second guess as a forward at the moment. He's actually lost the confidence to just trust his teammates to honour his lead.
Salmon's 5th mark.
Might switch it again.
Does the switch.
Well,
Nothing really on though, unless they go up the middle.
Ground.
And Graham will use Chick wide.
Now he is very quick, Daniel Chick, if he wants to take on Bell, but he's just a good little doer, isn't he?
I need Thompson to take a big one. He can't. Bauer has just come on. He's got a couple of chances. Scrappy old kick. Rock will have to sit and wait. Grant got back. Back turn. They were onto him. Rock takes it. Handball over the top to Crawford. Now Crawford in the pocket. He's kicked a goal. He's kicked a point. Gee, it looked a chance off the boot.
Bauer, yeah, scrubbed it forward, didn't he? I mean, he's once again very similar to Richie Vandenberg. We see Byron go wide this time. Similar to Vandenberg, that he will go in hard for it, but just a little bit shabby by foot.
Worked it well here, the Kangas. Get it to King. King off half-back to Burton. Chick surely can't. It was David and
Well
Goliath.
done, David Chick. Daniel Chick was great just to grab the arm there and knock it down.
Abraham, Winnie loads it up. Mark Graham will fancy. Yeah, he's got it. Gee, Graham's had it a bit, hasn't he?
That was the easiest time easiest disposal sequence for the Roos coming forward, though.
12 touches. Harford gets it back.
Brilliant, Harford.
To Graham.
That's 2 poor kicks in the space of 30 seconds from Graham.
Mickey's got it, and he's got Bell out wide and finds him at about 80 metres. Didn't take the mark, but he's got plenty of time, and then goes very, very short to Shannon Grant. Back to Bell. Then Bell goes to full forward. Was a good kick, wasn't it? And McKernan's taken one.
Well, out in front.
I think Mark Graham's going to wish he could turn the clock back about 30 seconds. He gathered the ball down at fullback all on his own, weighed up his options. When he brought it out, it was a poor kick. Then he had a second chance, and that one he kicked straight to Mick Martin. He squared it up to Peter Bell, who gave it to Shannon Grant, got it back. And one thing we do know from Peter Bell, he mightn't kick it an enormous distance, but he always hits a target.
McKernan's got a chance to kick-start his match tonight, hasn't he, with a goal here?
Nathan Thompson comes off. And Barker replaces him.
That's just a shank.
Yep.
He's a streaky player, McKernan, isn't he? I mean, he's really, really hot. He's outstanding, a match breaker. But when he's off, everything falls apart for him, doesn't it?
Yep.
And at the moment, he's pretty cold.
He drops some real easy footy that comes to him when he's cold too. He just needs to learn the traits of somebody who's out of form to manufacture a dozen or so possessions.
Chick's kick to Dixon with Pickett. Out of play.
They've lost the ability in the last few minutes, though, to isolate Dixon at half forward and give him the option of space around Byron Pickett.
Second quarters have been poor, haven't they, for the Hawks?
And they haven't started well here because they've had a bit of the ball, but they haven't been able to convert it into anything.
Well, they haven't run from the half-back line. They've just kicked straight down the lines, and, well, the Roos just love that.
Rock's about to come off for a spell, and Richard Taylor on again.
It's just a flat spot in the match at the moment, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So Taylor for Rock. Taylor would be keen to get a kick. He was interchanged first quarter, didn't get a run, then stood in the pocket for 5 or 6 minutes.
Almost.
Pickett building it away. Boundary throw in. So nothing much happening for either team at the moment. 29-36, Peter Schwab. He told Hutto before the game that this was the night.
He looked like he wanted to play himself, didn't he?
Burton and Salmon. Salmon doing well. Dixon. Taylor kept his eye on it. That was important. And Harvey with him. Boundary throw in.
Did well to work to the front of the other body there, Salmon. I reckon this is probably the best quarter I've seen Spider Burton play this season.
Front spot at the moment. Salmon tries to get rid of him, pushes him away. Woods, who's just found it all night, hasn't he, so far? Kicks to about 70 metres. Martin leading. Takes them on. Gets a high one. No advantage. Pike to Holland. Well done, Simpson, because he went to ground. Taylor running onto it. It was a good option. Crawford to take them on with Makepeace. Crawford took them on. Makepeace did well. McCabe, the numbers are with Hawthorn. Crow goes to the pocket. Goes in short for Taylor.
Poor option.
He did have Bauer on his own in the goal square. I don't know if he could have kicked it that far, but the option was on. Back to McCabe. He's got a couple of shorts, and he goes in short and gets his man.
The real champions get to see over the first option.
Barker pops it up. Mickey likes it like that. Bell.
Gee, there's some great pressure out there.
Blakey. McCartney versus Crawford. Crawford back to Harford. Can he keep it in? He does. Can Crow get a taste of it?
They'll spoil each other here.
Taylor did well. Gets it back in board. Dixon, terrific smother. Dixon a second go. Kicks a wonderful goal. A wonderful goal.
Terrible talking between the two Kangaroos there.
Well, that was again, I think the Kangaroos would consider that a soft goal. Yes. I mean, the ball just got skied. They had numbers around the ball. The ball was floating everywhere. Dixon was first on the loose ball after Crawford dished it out. Here's the kick coming in from Harford.
Clever kick.
I mean, look at the numbers the Kangaroos have got. 1, 2, 3 in screen there. There's a fourth one just out of screen. Quick handball from Taylor. Now, the first one smothered well by Harvey. Still no one bounces onto it, so Dixon does it himself. And he has been one of the best players on the ground at this stage.
6-6-4-5.
Nathan Thompson off the ground.
Burton getting over the fish. Oh, well done, Harvey. No free kick down the ground. Graham's been really good. Look at Hay.
There's a bit of pace for you.
Look at him take off.
Go to Crow.
2 bounces. Wobbly floater. Dixon Nilly. It was always going to be hard. Blakey has to get it out. It does come out to Harvey. Geez, busy Harveys everywhere. Now Clayton. He's got very short Hewitt, and he's going to use him.
He just gets pretty shabby after
Oh,
all.
it's a poor handle.
Woods to play the percentages. Nicky.
Oh, he took
Hewitt.
one.
Clayton slapped it out in the end. It's good stuff here. This is interesting.
Oh, that's brilliant.
This is interesting.
That's great
Hawthorn
pressure.
hustled him, didn't they?
Kangaroos have made,
Sorry, Dip, go, mate.
Kangaroos have made a couple of important changes. Durko now on the ground, also Hewitt, and Scholl's come off the ground. Absolutely spat it, he did.
Rawlings gets back to Simpson, to Grant.
This is where they're dangerous. The same as Hawthorn. When they can go wide across half-back, they have got players further afield who will charge out and get into space, like Corey McKernan. Read that very early. Now is the problem ahead of him.
Oh, he's just bombed it up high.
Up and under, Lang, Rawlings picks it off. Abraham read it well. Abraham read it really well. Handball back to King, He's in trouble if they can put a tackle on him. They can't, and he goes to the pocket cleverly in the end of Lang.
You could see what David King wanted to do then. He wanted to use his pace to get around the player and then unload from about 45, but they just kept coming from everywhere.
I reckon he's done that enough times that every time a bloke who is on the 50-metre line there standing thinks, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm not going to overcommit.
It's Craig Scholl, disappointed, off the ground. Kicked 3 last week, Lang. In fact, he's kicked 10 so far this season.
I love the way when he strikes the ball, his left foot comes off the ground just to give the big drive through.
Geez,
That's
a good kick. That's just across the face.
Oh, that was a beautiful looking kick off the boot. Very stiff.
It's a real classic style, isn't it?
Yes, it's a thump. Woodsy coming off.
Lekkus about to come
Daniel
on, boys.
Frawley there in the crowd.
The one thing they do, just talking about Woods coming off, Dermot, as we see Adam Lang's kicking style there. Woods has probably been one of the best on the ground. He's had it 16 times, but they do rotate the midfielders to give him a rest.
Yeah, get it here, Lekkus.
Chick's kick. Lekkus coming on the ground. Salmon held it back effectively, I think. Ball up.
They reckon that's the litmus test for Hawthorn. You saw that one there. Clayton over the ball, and 3 players had purchase on him in the form of a tackle. That means they're committed. That's what they use as their yardstick.
It's a second air swing for Fish tonight. He's had 2 off the deck.
Lucky he's not playing golf. Motlop, Lekkus. Well done, King. Belting forward. Rawlings and Lang. That's a good matchup, isn't it?
Yes. Yep. Jade Rawlings a very tall boy, you know, still yet to fill out in the body. Woodsy there, he's just taking a breather. He's done pretty well.
Peter Schwab makes a conscious effort of telling all the midfielders, look, no one can play a game out that hard. Run hard, I'll give you a spell and then get you back on.
16 possessions to Woodsy.
Salmon to Graham.
Oh,
Gee, Hay has to find it. He can't. Motlop, he took him out. Motlop might have been stiff. Vandenberg, Graham. They'll get away with this. To Harford. Now Harford has to bang a bit. Important bounce. Pike. Crawford read it well. Read it really well to Graham. Then pops it up to Holland.
Gee, they've got some numbers running in the midfield. Lekkus.
Decides to go long. Defensive kick, really. Wanting Barker, brought to ground.
Oh, numbers
Chance
here.
Bauer, oh, good tackle.
Oh, he might have been lucky. We see the big fish coming off for a spell, but I think Taylor might have been lucky there because he slipped.
Dixon gets it. Rather Mark Graham, and then gives it over to Lekkus.
Well, Lekkus has been free for the last minute and a half. He worked from half-back all the way down the middle.
He's got Dixon all on his own. Now he hasn't. And was this high from Bill? Was it?
Bowyer just slips. It is high.
It
is high, but he was a bit stiff because Bowyer slipped as he went in for the tackle. But see the Hawks, they're rushing it forward.
Lekkus hasn't had a kick for a while. Hasn't played in the last 4 matches.
That shows. Just didn't get through it. Just walked to it, Jace. He needed to flow through the target, get moving to it. You'd back him on the run because he's running at the target, but from a set shot, and dare we say it, kicked it like a backman.
Kicked off 2 steps, and that is a perfect indication of lack of match practice.
Craig and our Coca-Cola red-handed is 1 point off it from Hawthorn's point of view. Bit early to get excited, but bit to go, but 25,000 up for grabs tonight.
That's a concern, that one. The zone is very wide, and they concede it up the middle here.
Shannon Grant, McKernan's his target, but Holland's got it. It's happened a lot, hasn't it, tonight? Back to Rawlings. That's a nothing kick. King will take the mark.
That's the one thing that comes back to haunt them. It's just that skill level. A few turnovers when they have possession of the ball.
King to Hewitt. Taylor late, but holds him up. Now Hewitt's got McCartney up on the member side.
He's got to go to McKernan if he's going to play straight down the line.
Does. Plenty of numbers, though, to peel it off. Tallis did really well there. Just fending to Young. In close to Tallis was terrific.
Well done.
And then Tallis away.
Good poised to spot it up to his teammates' advantage.
And the left foot to the pocket from Barker.
Watch
Numbers
this bloke
there.
explode.
Crowd with strength. Hooking back to the goals. Numbers still. And a goal to Bell. Kicks the goal. They're 3 in front.
Well, I think at this point in time, the Hawks believe they can win the game.
Yep.
They probably came out tonight thinking we've got a good chance to beat them, but the way the game started, the way they're attacking the ball and winning plenty of it, they believe they can win it now. Barker getting onto the loose ball after great work from Tallis in the middle of the ground. Bit of a contest here. Crowd breaks free. Didn't quite catch that ball there, but have a look at the clever work after the fly by Dixon. Look at Bowyer. That's just good composure. He didn't rush.
Salmon sitting it out. That's Bower's first goal in league foot. He's only played 4 games, so Salmon and Woods out.
See, if Mick Martin was in the goal square, it had just smothered that over the goal line. Blakey being a flanker, inexperienced in that situation. Good catch there by McCartney. Stands up and marks the thing. Knew he was going to get bodily pressure from behind there.
Terrific grab, wasn't it?
Ooh.
Numbers here. Harvey Taylor gives a free kick away. Advantage to Pike.
Yep. That was going to work for Richard if, and it goes forward to Durko, if he got over and stopped the other bloke as well. Deliberately gave away that free kick because he knew they were outnumbered.
Durko at about 55.
See, he keeps going. No.
Torpedo, it's going. Won't be a goal. And is it in? No. Out of play.
You see he had 2 black armbands around his left arm, Gary Durko.
Did he? Those 2.
I don't know if that's tape or what it is.
Armbands, man.
Well, symbolic, but I'm not sure. Hutto and Dipper can chase it up. Bowyer only as far as Abraham. Hooks it too far. Rawlings and Lang and bouncing out. 7-7-4-6 deep into this second quarter. They could do some damage here, Hawthorn, in the next 5 minutes of this game.
They've got a chance to break away. They really do have that chance.
What Nick Holland's doing now, he's making space. He's coming up to the half back line and almost not meeting the ball. He's actually playing defensively as a centre half forward.
Hay, laying back to King, and King kicks a goal. King's kicked his second.
Just the decision-making process there by the Hawthorn defender. Just went to paddle it on. If you're going to do something like that and clear it out of the way, if you are in the corridor, you just have to hack at it and you have to get it out of that danger area. Watch it here. Comes to ground here. And looks like Lekis. Well, a couple of mistakes within the first 5 minutes of coming on. Time on the ground will fix that.
David Parkin and Cole Kinnear. Dipper, what about Gary Durko and the 2 black armbands?
I'll just check with the bench. 2 of his friends have just passed away. That's the reason the black armbands.
Well, that's rotten luck for him. 5, 6, 7, 7. Can't the Kangaroos just find a way, like they did there with King?
He's struggling at the moment, Richard Taylor.
Simpson gets it and then brings it back into Abraham. Launched himself. McCabe. Strength from Hewitt. Another late goal here would really even things up. Durko running onto it and got away from Graham and then went to the pocket and just across the face. So he's kicked a couple out of bounds in the last couple of minutes. But, gee, it was a good setup.
And Pike has gone over onto Ben Dixon. And we've got little Byron. He goes over to Richard Taylor. So that'll afford him more luxury, the out-of-form Taylor. He'll have the better luxury now of just picking his moment and mark when to run forward.
Well, McKernan was a bit easy there on Thompson, but they got away with it, the Hawks. Hooking back Lekis, only as far as Clayton. King's had a big second term, 8 kicks, or 8 possessions and a goal. Clayton centering kick, looking for a Lang or McKernan. Chick. Bell at about 35 metres, hooks back, was a good kick, nearly a great mark taken there in the goal square from Motlop. Nothing doing in the end and Hawthorn conceding a behind. So they're closing, aren't they, the Kangaroos, late in this quarter. Shoal.
Professional, aren't they? There's Jade Rawlings. Can be a little bit shaky off the foot from the kick in. See, Hawthorn give themselves no option up the middle there. It's gone now. That must go wide, so the the Kangaroo zone can spread it. There's no use guarding thin air, and they're so well drilled. As soon as they see that, they just push out to the edges, and that's why they bottle them up here for the secondary possession.
He's really looking for a clear option and can't find one.
So Barlow decides to go long, wants Holland or maybe Hay. Thompson was in the middle. Good tackle there from Clayton. Play on called. Still to be won this footy. Lekas out. McCabe did well to Thompson and then releases Vandenberg. Decides not to take Grant on and kicks to Crawford, who uses Pickett. This will be interesting. Crawford takes McCartney on. Did pretty well. Still comes back to Bauer. Bauer outside 50. Hooks back. Can Dixon take a mark? It comes to ground. He's good in this situation, Dixon. Just missed. He's really clever in that situation, but found the behind.
Exceptionally dangerous, Ben Dixon, when the ball is heading towards goal and it's already gone over his head. When he's running back in the direction, very, very dangerous. The Hawks put out their zone now. And look, there's only one Kangaroos player up the middle and a couple outside 50. And the Hawks have to spread their zone a little bit more. They're going to go to the southern stand side. Wait the numbers over there.
Don't see Harvey kicking in too often. Pushed out Thompson, free kick.
Ooh, that was a line ball decision, I thought.
Goes short to the pocket, wants Dixon. He's outnumbered, but he does brilliantly well and kicks another great goal. He's a footballer, this kid.
Well, that is just great news for the Hawks, but gee, I didn't think the kick from Thompson was a good one. He was outnumbered 3-1. It didn't get there quick enough. Dixon had to fly for the ball, but as you said, Dermot, he was the first one to bounce down. That was 50-50 for mine. I thought he might have been a bit stiff, Evan Hewitt. But then Nathan Thompson kicks in. Look at this. 3-on-1. He's the first to react. Bit of a mongrel tumble punt, but in she goes. He's having a night out, Dixon.
Got football smarts, Dixon, hasn't he?
Yep,
I think he's really grown in confidence this year.
5-7-8-8. So critical little period here. Bowyer, head over it. Can't take it away. Terrific attack from Lekas. Then taken off it. Good hassling there from the Kangaroos. Taylor gets a kick finally. Bangs it hard, but not too handsomely. Blakey was good.
That's a waste. When you kick a torpedo, it just happens to be whoever's got the luck of being in front. The drop punt would have given the bigger bloke Crowd the chance to run over the top of it.
It was a danger one, wasn't it? Harford, Crawford, been very important, Crawford. He's won a lot of 50-50s tonight. Vandenberg, Crowd, well done Blakey. Clayton flat-footed, but he spun his man. Importantly, Harvey didn't take it. Mark Graham, who can penetrate. He's gone. The handball went to no one. Clayton can rebound here and go to half forward. Can Chick cut it off? He does with, but rather it's Bowyer, isn't it?
He's got players on at the...
Gee, they're all out this side, Holland and Rock.
Comes out to Rock. Dutchie left it for him. Good option in the end because Rocky can run away.
He's got no one to fix it.
Little one, squeezy one to Barlow. Got him. Can go on to Crowd. Goes to Crowd. Got him. Didn't take it. Runs into his own man and then has to hook wide. Dixon versus Pike. Waits for it to bounce.
Gee, that's two opportunities Trent Crowd's had now. That was a great delivery from Chris Barlow. Crawford getting a rub down there. Maybe a little bit of soreness in the hamstring, or in actual fact it might just be his turn in the rotation. He's had 14 touches, just getting a bit of a spell.
Forward pocket. McCartney pushed out. Should have got a free kick. Nothing sort of a kick. Simpson can't quite get it out. Was it touched?
Jeez.
Pickett's got it. Wide to Mickey. Hawks will lead at half-time. Siren sounds. Well, they haven't been beaten in matches when they've led at quarter and half-time, so the signs are good. But they're playing against the team that can come from behind.
You just get the feeling that the Kangaroos will still fancy themselves. I mean, Hawthorn maybe had the opportunity to break away then and perhaps felt they should be leading by more than 3 goals. Look, I would have thought with the amount of possession they've had maybe 5 or 6 goals, but with only a 19-point margin, the Kangaroos will get fired up again at half-time. Dennis Pagan will make a few moves, and we've got another great half of football to come.
Dipper's right down there amongst the Hawks. What's the feeling, Dipper?
Just terrific. Daniel Chick just said, OK, that's the first half now gone. Another half to go. Got to come back at it.
Do you think it's a Dipper? What do you think? It should be 4 or 5 and it's only 3?
Well, I reckon the boys have done very, very well in that first half. Important to be in front at half-time. But even I'm just watching Crawford at the moment. We just watched him lay down before he came off. Looks like he's got a left hamstring problem. Interested to see if he comes back on the ground because I thought he sort of got into the game a bit. But a good energy. Good energy in this Hawthorn side at the moment, boys.
No doubt about that, but Crawford could be a story, but whether he comes back after half-time, he has been important, as Dipper said. The Hawks have made the running here, but it is only 19 points. So at half-time, Dermot and Dunstall. Jason will be back after this.
There's a road train going nowhere.
Kangaroos have been very, very powerful in the third quarters.
Oh, good hit.
Let's see how they go here. Harvey's kicked to centre-half forward. Durkay front spot. Lang's handball, pretty well weighted. Held on to a bit. King goes back to Durkay. He likes it. He likes it a lot. No, it hasn't got there. We've seen 2 or 3 tonight that have been so close at that end.
Had a bit more time than he thought, McCabe. He, in the end, turned into a very difficult marking attempt, but perhaps could have taken on the chest.
Takes the risk there, and he's called it play on. That's a cough up. Easy stuff.
Winnie should kick a goal. And he does.
And they are savage, the Hawks. Well, it won't come back now. Daniel Chick pleading it.
It's just the sort of thing that they can't let worry them, though. I mean, It's cost them a goal, a very simple goal. They've got to get their minds back on the job. It was a low kick. Gee,
He's
that's a
marked
mark.
that.
He has marked that cleanly.
He's marked that. Well, that's a few. I mean, without the risk of sounding biased, they've had a few go against them tonight, the Hawks.
Let's have a look at that. Winnie Abraham, I think he's gone up and said, geez, you were stiff there, mate. Real unlucky, that one.
And Chicky's just yelled out at the umpire, he's just laughed at me, ump. But as the game wears down, the Kangaroo skills will not drop off as much as Hawthorn's does when they get a bit fatigued.
So back to 2 goals. Harford gets it to Woods. And this could be important because Crow could bang one home here. He kicked 2 from about this distance and on a slightly, well, I say more difficult angle. The angle wasn't too tough before, but this is right in front.
It was too strong for Blakey then. When the quick kick came from Woods out of the centre, they were both standing still. He just leant back on Blakey, pushed him, accelerated onto the spot where the ball was coming.
Do you do the goal kicking it to Hawthorn with them?
I've done a little bit. If he kicks it, I'm doing all of it, Bruce.
50 out.
Oh, Trent.
Hooked it badly, hasn't
I haven't been looking after Trent, Dermot has.
He's had a funny night passing the buck. He's had a funny night, Crowd, hasn't he? It could have been a really big night, and it's been pretty average so far.
Yeah, he's dropped a couple of marks, and that's a goal that he would have perhaps thought he could kick. He's kicked 2-3 now, so a few opportunities.
You see that one there? The Kangaroos get McCartney out to the left of screen, and they all go to the right. And Hawthorn's zone just guards thin air on that side of the ground, and then they can pick holes in it on the southern stand side. Good option, well done.
Blakey to Burton, couldn't quite hold it. Quick kick from Clayton. Graham just overran it. Durkay to pressure him. Graham back inboard. Bowyer, well done. Out wide to Tallis. To Woods, who has been very good. Nothing fancy, never has been.
Well, they'll take on Spider Burton here. Peter Bell arrives to give assistance.
So Lekis, long bomb. Crow gets rid of his man and gives a free kick away to Blakey.
Just wasn't subtle enough. It was another one of those line ballers, but the decision's gone with the Kangaroos, and now they've got a bit of a run on here.
Wibbly wobbly out to Burton to Bell. Bell could be the key in the second half. You just know he'll keep coming.
Yep, good hard lead. They've got runners going down the corridor just off the centre square. Clayton, he's been picked up now by Vanderberg on the flow through. Durkay's put a little bit of a different mix into it, hasn't he, since he's come up forward?
He looks in good form, Durkay, doesn't he? He hasn't done a lot, but he looks in good form.
He's got the chip over the top, but he's signalling the long one.
This is Motlop.
Oh, he's just roosted it straight
That's higher
up.
than long.
Bell front spot. Harford came in, took the mark. To Graham, who's been very good, except for a couple of kicks in a row in that second quarter. Bowyer just took a little while to get his foot to it and coughed it up to Martin. Both teams have turned it over a lot tonight in their field kicking, haven't they?
You just get the sense that one team is begging to have a couple of goals kicked against them here. Corey out on the searching
Great
lead.
pick up.
Gee, that was a good take. It was Pickett's kick to McKernan. Again, a bit up and under. Burton. King left it for him in the end. And quickly onto the boot from Tallis. Good contest from Holland was terrific.
Dixon's got the drop.
Vandenberg pushing it forward. Can Dixon get the bounce? Thompson can't. Pike mopped up to McCartney. 8-9 to 6-8 the score. McCartney back to centre half back. Clayton's been useful all night. Takes it there.
That big long bomb that came in for the Roos before, you almost expected Carey to come out and gobble that one up, but obviously that's just a massive hole for them to fill tonight.
Makepeace back to Simpson. He found a way through, and then, well,
that's headless. That is leadership, just nothing. They are just headless when they're going forward. There's no direction, just the wiser head to just say, hold it up.
Salmon, she's untidy footy, left, right and centre. There could be a break for the Hawks here. Crowd attacked hard, takes a few on, goes back to Bowyer. Bowyer loads it up and it just misses.
Once again, I talked about him a little bit before, and the best way to describe it is just shabby by foot.
That hurts. They had the quick goal for the third quarter from the Kangaroos. They need to answer the Hawks just to re-establish their confidence. They've had a couple of opportunities and they've just wasted them.
You know what? That will go through Trent's mind. Well, I'll do the U-turn myself next time, and he's got to be disciplined not to do that. They've got to go straight over the line here, and it's a 50-50 further ahead.
Let's see who can win it. Salmon brought it to ground. Well done, Motlop.
Got no one to kick to.
Got good hands below his knees, hasn't he?
Rawlings on.
Switch it up if he can switch it. Oh, he had Vandenberg all on his own out this side, but he's got Bowyer down there.
So Bowyer's got it between centre wing and half forward. Terrible kick. That's shocking. That's not good enough. Pickett. That's a good kick to space. Gives King half a chance. Hay. King's tackle was terrific. Hay's second effort was pretty good. Back to Harvey. McKernan's on his own here. Can Clayton get it to him? He's got him. He's got him. Big kick here for Corey.
And King just puts the clappers on him then and says, don't you go back and rush it. And he's had very little of the footy tonight, Corey McKernan. Well done there by Harvey, though. He split that open with pace. I thought he might get tackled there.
But it was all that, the initial tackle from King to stop Hay rebounding the ball is what caused the turnover.
The original comment a couple of minutes ago, the Kangaroos' skills will drop off less markedly than the Hawks, and Glenn Bowyer just turned it over twice by foot.
The big fella to kick a big goal, but it's floating away, so he misses like Crode did at the other end. Crode was a little more untidy, so McKernan's had a chance to put a stamp on the game with 2 shots for goal, one in the second and one in that, and he's missed both. Rawlings out wide. If you could put a figure on Carey, goals wide. Hey, I'll wait for that for a bit later. It's too exciting.
So you got away with it.
Go on, put a figure on Carey.
I don't know if you can. I just reckon he's a difference between
what
a
about
loss and a
tonight,
win.
the way the game's gone tonight?
They'd be a 5-goal better team.
5 goals.
Yep.
Bowyer out wide.
Handball over the top. They had 3 running by.
That's a team rule. Get it in there quick from 50 out, inside the 50.
I still think when you've got that many numbers, they could have run it from there inside 50 and had a shot.
So 13 points the margin. The Kangaroos trying to make a move. In their last 4 third quarters, look at this. They've kicked 27-14, the Kangaroos, to 13-3 against. The third quarters have set their victories up. They've been huge. Martin, Holland, Pike just got out of it, but was touched on the way through. Simpson and Tallis.
He's been very good, Raiden Tallis, hasn't he?
Then pushing forward, Leckis, little give, Woods. Knows he's got the numbers, Rock, they go back, and good smother there from Motlop.
Just watching Martin Pike, boys. He just keeps grabbing his left AC joint. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I think he got bumped right on the point of it. Then you can see him just favouring it there. He doesn't want to give anything away, but I think he got hit right on the point of the shoulder.
Yeah, he's still got the grimace up.
Gave an expletive away, didn't he? But
yes. No
half
doubt
it back.
about that.
Woods was good down low.
Here's a go.
Vandenberg to fall forward. Well done, Pike, to get to the front. Dixon was terrific. Gets a half a kick away behind. He's been the best forward, I think, on the ground tonight.
Absolutely.
He's been very creative. He's picked up 15 possessions, kicked a couple of goals. The Hawks are just struggling to get that clear avenue to goal at the moment. They've had a few half chances, but they haven't set up an easy one.
See the Kangaroos player on the left of screen. 3 breaking out to the left. Nothing else out there. The weight of numbers is up the corridor here, and it could get coughed up.
Holland kept his head over it, and then little give to Rock, held it up, got it back, handball over the top, half it's handball to Leckis, who should kick a goal, and he does. A big kick in the context of this match.
Well, he likes him better on the run.
Gee, Rock was good then, I reckon. He refused to panic, didn't he?
Yep, and one of the important team rules that was followed there from Hawthorn, we keep talking about team rules, Derm, and that comes back to being predictable, is if you can't take an easy mark, you have to punch the ball back in. And that's what Graham, I think it might have been. He's just charged at the ball. He's taken the player out as well as punching the ball back in. Quick hands from Harford to Leckis, and that makes up for that shocker that he missed early in the game.
Always going to be better with the body moving through to the target there, Angelo Leckis.
Biggest margin of the match so far. 20 points. It was 19 at halftime. Makepeace gets it to Rock. Rock goes to full forward to Thompson. Big fly. The advantage with the Hawks. Crode has
Got another.
got 3. They've skipped away.
This could be a 4 or 5 minute patchwork that really hurts the Kangaroos. They've laboured their goals.
Yep.
They've kicked them through professionalism up the other end. Front and centre, David King's been pretty good in that aspect. But down here, you see, I mean, this one, the explosiveness of Trent Crode. This bloke's 96, 97 kilograms and would be in the top 10 people in the league over 40 metres.
And that's what they need to do to break the backs of the Kangaroos, is kick a couple of quick ones, a couple of easy ones, that they don't have to bring the ball up from down back and work really hard to set up. And that's the one that break the backs of the Kangaroos, because we know this is their big quarter.
Coaching very well, Peter Schwab, getting those numbers back across half-back line, feeding it out, and then from the wing, the last disposal is a long kick into 50 to get a one out for the big forwards.
Gee, Woods has found it all night. Pickett, wide, good kick.
Had the acid put on him, Woodsy, a couple of weeks ago.
Harvey at centre wing. Harvey and Bell are going to be important in the second half. Pops up for Burton. Good mark in the front, Motlop.
We just saw the classic example there. Raiden Tallis
was waiting for the big fella to come
and
over the
thought,
top.
do I crumb? Do I turn my back on it?
Yep.
And crumb. And when he took his eyes off it, Motlop, only a little fella, but has a very, very secure pair of hands. I spoke of him a couple of minutes ago. One grabber below the knees, and those types of blokes, if you get them one out and just a little bit of a hop, they never really cough them up above their head.
Needs it. Right behind him. And kicks it
That's home.
very
Well, it's not
well.
gonna
Has
get
it
there.
made it? Yes. The Salmon says he's
Salmon's
touched
claiming
it.
it.
I think it's a goal. Goal to Motlop. He's
Well,
kicked 2.
I've got to say that whether Paul Salmon touched it or not, in the end it was a pretty poor effort, because that ball clearly dropped a metre or so below his highest reaching point before the line, and he's just run under it in the end.
He's touched that.
Yeah.
See his hand
But I
flip
mean, look,
back?
he's a yard
It's
in.
whether his arms.
He certainly should have got more hand on the ball.
Yep.
Again, just removing any doubt that the umpire may have.
So back to 20 points. Kangaroos have got the second best attack in the comp going into this game, only behind Essendon, yet 7 goals only so far. Harvey again, he's getting so much of it. Well done, Lang, to Makepeace. Makepeace's little gift to King. King goes out wide to Durkay. Durkay unloads. Not Durkay, was it Abraham?
I think it was Durkay. I think you got him right.
Yep. Got him.
Yep. Yeah, he's got very good foot skills. Ken Judge was a big rap for Durkay when he was up on the market 2 years ago at the start of last season. They said he's carrying a few pounds, but was very keen to get him to Hawthorn. Now, that's a good kick. That's a good result. You've got the option of splitting him open going either way here.
Salmon the target, well done, Big Spider. Back to McCabe. Spider did well.
That'll work, Spot.
To Graham, sweeping handball effective to Woods. Knew he had the time. Abraham in late, decides to punch hard. Crode was terrific, nearly took a beauty, and then Pickett takes on his man in Crawford, and then swings wide to Durkay, who has looked in good nick all night. Durkay at half back, brings it back into the corridor. Can Leckers get involved? Didn't take the mark. King's got it, takes a bounce, loves to run with it, and then kicks to nobody. They've done that a lot, haven't they?
That, as I say it again, it's just headless footy, directionless, and there's no general out there to demand it to a spot to their advantage.
Hay short to Vandenberg. Well, they just didn't need to do it.
Well, you spoke about it before. The skills just drop off as they fatigue a bit more. They've got this buffer here at this current point in time.
That was phantom pressure, though. It wasn't actually there.
The other thing they've got to do is, while they do have the lead, is keep it simple. Not try and overuse it.
Salmon and Burton. Burton did really well.
He's taken down Vandenberg. After he
held
never
on to him
secured
too
it.
long.
And Anthony Rock is just lurking in the middle with no one on him. He'll get it here, Rocky.
Woods
if Nick Holland pulls back a bit. No, he's getting...
So Woods has got it, and then goes to Holland.
Great kick.
Woods has been good. To Rock. Rock's handball very good to McCabe, and McCabe runs inside 50, lines him up, and goes for it, and drills it home.
It's the second time tonight we've seen Tony Woods make a late decision with his disposal, almost kick it off his instep and hook the ball across his body. That time he found Nick Holland, delivered the quick handball to Anthony Rock, shot another hand pass out to Luke McCabe, and the good thing about Luke McCabe is when he gets it there, you just see that late change right into the centre corridor to Rock, to McCabe. Look at McCabe go. He knows he's got Mick Martin behind him, but he just pins back the ears, goes for home, and a beautiful draw just coming in inside the right post.
Well, it's out again now to 25 points. Craig Scholl sitting it out. He was the incoming player for Carey. Over the years, he's been an important goal kicker in situations like this. Clayton to Harvey has been terrific, to Pike in close. Grant probably down a little bit, kicked an important goal early.
Got crunched by Mark Graham a few minutes ago. Doesn't follow on after the kick.
McKernan had to go defensively. Crawford, who had a good first half, quite a third quarter so far. Crow, terrific. Rock's been important. Wobbly kick. Martin and Holland. Holland did very, very well.
Now, this is probably the area where Nick Holland kicks most of his goals. He actually kicks through the ball. A slight easterly blowing here today, so if there is any breeze, it'll be just coming fractionally over his right shoulder.
He's
That's
very
that body work I spoke of earlier.
he's very single-minded when he gets in this situation. He says,
Crawford
I'll take the
coming off, boys.
responsibility to kick the goal.
Crawford coming off, and also North Melbourne are making a change. What's on?
It's a good goal. It's a good goal. It's a big kick from Nick Holland.
He likes that range. Kicks through the ball, through to the target there. And as I spoke before, you can just see him there on the close-up. He's got a lot more definition. I mean, someday if you get a picture of him even 2 years ago, his arms have probably got an extra inch size on them. He's really worked hard. He wants to be the big grunt up forward who takes all the heat. And he's done very well there. I've got to say one thing. Although Mick's kept him pretty even, it's about a 50-50. Mick being out from goal, the Kangaroos are getting opened up down the middle, hence the McCabe goal when they're able to run straight down the centre. If Mick plays at full back, he protects the corridor.
Crawford just having a spell again, getting that rub down. I'll tell you what, Dennis Payton's got problems up forward. He's persisting with McKernan as the key forward. Doesn't look like getting it. And Craig Scholl, we saw him get dragged rather unhappily early on, has not come back on since.
Woods has had 10 possessions in this term, and there's about 10 minutes remaining in it. High tackle, Bowyer's got it. Well, they're the same margin in front of the Swans led the Kangaroos. The Swans were 14-9 in Sydney about 3 weeks ago when King provided a spark, but they had Carey firing.
Yep.
Where can the Kangaroos get it from here tonight? They're there for the taking, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. They want to be put away at the moment. They're just, as I say, they just lack the leadership. And Rocky, he knows, he just goes in there, bottles it up.
Glennie Bowyer, he's a terrific in and under player. He's the sort of player that the Hawks really need, but his disposal is letting him down, and you've got to accept that he is going to make mistakes, and a bit of old friendship or rivalry there between Mickey and Rocky.
They started together in '88, the same year at Kangaroos. They know each other pretty well, don't they?
Mick was number 50 in his first year. Dixon, Shark. Missed it.
Well, I reckon, I'll go back to that day. I reckon Sydney sat on that 5-goal lead for 5 to 6 minutes and didn't put the Kangaroos away. You do have to put them away to beat them.
Well, the thing is, you can't save a game in league footy now, especially against a team like the Kangaroos, who transfer the ball pretty quick from one end to the other, and they all know the drill. They all know the caper.
Do you reckon Mickey Malthouse tonight would be saying they're about 12 right now?
Coming down the other side. Look, don't write them off.
Oh, no, not this team. They find a way so often. Mark taken by...
they've broken on the wing. McKernan all on his own.
Kicks to McKernan. Well, yeah, did well. Then turned his man and then goes to centre half forward. Hay running on it. They let it bounce. Interesting. Graham, who's been good to McCabe. They're on here. The Hawks, they're on here. Salmon should get it to Bowyer. Oh, don't drop it. Bowyer's with him. Rocks in short. Decides to go long to Dutchy. Got him.
Nick Martin he's 40 metres off. He's ready to keel over Mick, and he does run hard. Net go to Thompson, over the top.
Holland goes to the goal square. Thompson the target. Can't take the mark. And McCartney decides to concede.
Got his hands to it, Thompson. He's just had one of those nights. He was in exciting form last week. Just hasn't happened, but he's still giving a good contest.
He's the double option now, isn't he? With Dixon running around, mobility, looking very dangerous running back to go. He will definitely go to the right-hand side of screen here.
Tell you what, when you're looking for best players on the ground too, don't leave out Tony Woods. He has had 26 possessions, and a lot of them winning that crucial ball out of the middle.
Hang on, here we go. They break out to McKernan.
7-10 to 12-13. It's a big, big lead in a low-scoring match.
Scholl back on.
McKernan rips Salmon away. Durkay good. He has been good. To Clayton at centre wing, a bounce. Still looking. They've had nobody to go to all night. Simpson back to Clayton. It's almost like someone's going to have to run it up the ground, which they don't do so often. Back to Lang, searching. He's gone. He's gone. Gee, that is symbolic of their night, isn't it? What's happened to them tonight? And now Hawthorn can make them hurt. inside. Barlow. Holland's become important, hasn't
Got his
he?
confidence up now too. He's taken a couple of strong marks.
He's just sensed that Mick's starting to puff and blow. I've been watching Mick and not Nick. Say that with a mouthful of marbles.
Thompson, good stretch. That's a terrific mark.
Yeah, I've been watching Mick instead of Holland, and Mick Martin is really puffing and blowing. He's got the hands on the hips now, just out of screen to the left. There he is, and he knows they're up against it. Still win it. I mean, just you can never give them too little respect. But Thompson there on the lead. That's the first one he's confidently gloved tonight.
Talked about their potency, their high marking power early tonight, Hawthorn, at the start of the game.
Yep.
It's starting to come forward with Holland. Thompson's taken one. It was like Mickey was listening to you with an earpiece a moment ago saying, I know, Derby.
I actually played on him in his first year when he was number 50. He had to go then too, and a bit of hair.
Well, this could really make it almost impossible.
He gets a bit tied up normally, and that's a bit ugly.
Very close to the man on the mark.
Crowd almost are behind.
He actually gets really tied up. Sorry, Rob.
Now, back in those days, Dermot, your hair was red too, wasn't it?
Thank you, Robert.
Well, you just wonder what tricks or what moves Dennis Pagan can pull at the moment. I think he needs to give Craig Scholl another go on the ground. They need to conjure up 2 or 3 quick goals.
I reckon you'd find this bloke with the ball would probably go forward next goal.
As we speak,
next quarter.
Craig Scholl has just come back onto the ground and he's down at full forward.
Bell's got it.
Just reckon Byron Pickett needs to go forward, so when the ball comes in, it's just getting repelled way too easy. He's got to fight for it in there. Scholl.
Well, that's not going to endear him to Dennis Pagan. He's led all the way up from full forward. There's no Kangaroos players in their forward 50. He gave them a long lead, and that's a sign of
He's close to the bench.
Lack of confidence.
He's close to the bench, so they put out the big sheep hook there.
Lack of match time.
Yeah, bad luck, Charlie.
Harvey to Bell. And then Bell keeps it low to centre wing. Picking it off Graham.
Corey's run forward of play.
Oh, great intercept
What a
from Tallis.
steal from Tallis. A bounce. Now, has he run out of ideas? He's run a long way. He's kicked it up high. He's run too far.
Gee, that was unlucky. He just, it was a beautiful interception. He read the play well. He took on a play, went round him, and then the lead that he wanted to kick to had gone, and he thought, well, what am I going to do now? And he kept running.
McCartney.
Well,
Take it.
Barker comes straight on, yeah, because big Tomo has come off for a rest, and Barker, with all the enthusiasm in the world, runs straight on.
Mark
Good spot.
Graham. Mickey just peeled off there to Motlop. Again, the big high one. Lang front spot. Taken by McCabe. Read it best. Runs a fair way. Kicks to Holland versus Mickey. Chicks at the back. He can use one here. He can go to Dixon. He does. Dixon may run out of time. Takes his man on. He's hurled up. He's hurled up. He's hurled up. No free kick. Chick. Well done, Abraham. Well done, Chick too. It's out of play.
I think Chick took the wrong option. Instead of handballing over, he had a player on short that he could have just chipped it over, and it would have been a set shot from 30 metres out. But interesting, Dixon just decided to ride the tackle, take him on, and it was a pretty good look. He could have chipped it over, then he hung onto it too long, and in the end, he had to take him on.
John Blakey
did he
saved
hang
that.
on too long?
John Blakey saved it by making two. Are we going to push this over? Yeah, well, Blakey was the player who was confronted when Chick came forward, and Blakey feigned he was going to run at him, draw the handball, then took a few steps back, and it just created uncertainty in Chick's mind, and it made him draw closer to him, and in the end he was too close. He had to give the handball off, and it was a dead end.
Does this score give the Kangaroos a chance at three-quarter time, or do they have to get one back at least?
You'd want one back, but yeah, you just never write this mob off. They're just so good.
It's 5.5 goals at the moment. Watt comes through, haven't seen much of him. Bell will be on the end of it, got it. Maybe this is one that they need back. Scholl runs for him. Surely Bell will have a shot. Well,
you could just about mark this down. I mean, he kicks a lot of crucial goals for the Kangaroos. He's always there when they need him. And you spoke about getting a quick goal before three-quarter time. That happened in the space of 10 seconds. And I think it was Shannon Watt who won the ball in the middle of the ground and just kicked it forward as quickly as he could. There was a one-on-one, and Bell was in the right spot.
So there's the angle for Bell. Should kick a goal. Kicks through it.
Yeah, well done.
He's got it.
He's a good player, isn't he?
Not dead, are they? They are not dead.
No, never are. I mean, as I say, they are just so well drilled. They maintain their team principles on most occasions. When they've come forward inside 50, many occasions in this quarter, they've just been directionless. It's probably because they expect to see the big fella come over the top to the contest, front and centre. And that one, running with the flight. Good spot up.
So back to something that might be manageable. 8, 10 to 12, 14. Next 3 or 4 minutes vital here. McKernan runs hard. Salmon did it well. To Harford, to centre half forward. Holland, well done, Martin. Getting back Pickett. Oh, he's got it on a string at times. Arches his back. Comes away. Finds Abraham. Abraham loads up. Kicks it about 70 metres. And Mark taken by Scholl.
He can cover this distance.
Yep.
You'd love to see him kick one. He deserves it, doesn't he? He just about broke his heart a moment ago, I think, when he missed that mark. Half a kick by Scholl, wasn't it? It was a nothing kick.
You know, again, that comes back to a lack of confidence, not backing yourself. He thought, gee, I better kick it to a teammate and sort of get the responsibility off myself because I've made a couple of mistakes.
Fear
and I know
of
the
failure.
coach is on me.
If I kick a point, I'm in bigger trouble.
Yep.
Motlop worked on, forward pocket.
They're good here, though, the Roos.
Salmon, Scholl. Scholl hooks it back. He's kicked it. Craig Scholl has done it. They're back in it.
And a scuffle.
Salmon and McKernan going at it there. There's a bit to do.
Well, in the end, it was like fate for Scholl, wasn't it? We kept talking about him and talking about him.
Richie Vandenberg.
Yeah, the piece of it.
The Kangaroos will love all this, won't they?
Oh, yeah.
They've stirred the pot suddenly. They've stirred the mix-up, and they're within 3 and a bit goals.
And what they've done is they've really narrowed the margin.
So blood rule for Salmon. There was a big skirmish, and as I said a moment ago, the Kangaroos will love all this. They've stirred the pot here, and they've given Hawthorn something to think about. So here's the goal coming up to Scholl. It was fate that Scholl was going to do something in this match.
He just lost Jonathan Hay a bit too easy, didn't he?
Yep. He got caught watching.
Thompson comes on, he goes forward, and Nick Holland will go into the middle. Actually, he's very good relief ruckman, Nick Holland. Can jump at it. Don't know how we go against Corey. This one.
So the Kangaroos with 2. It's Sydney revisited at the moment. They got 7 in a hurry. Surely they won't do it here. They don't have the time. But they might get a third. McCartney loads it up. It's on behind players. It's at centre half forward. There's a lot of feeling there. This game has really, really come to life. Back turn was terrific by Winnie. He's on his left. Hooks it out wide. Could Scholl take another one? It's at the front. Grant's on the right side for him. Goes back for Clayton. Clayton won't want to waste it. Oh, well done.
As I said, they're just so well drilled, aren't they? He just got front and centre there and just fed it off out the back. If they just keep persisting with that play, they're going to be a real chance. They're always going to get their 50-50 share.
Biggest kick of the night so far, this one.
It's the first time that they've put so much pressure on the Hawks that they've actually looked unstable. They've looked a little bit unsteady, a little bit panicky, and all of a sudden they're feeling the pressure. They're thinking, uh-oh, here come the Kangaroos. We've got to hold them.
Well, I said something when Chris Grant had a shot a few years ago in Perth. I said Carey had kicked that. Well, I tell you what, he'd kicked this one. So the acid's on Corey now. He's had 2 shots for goal. Blood rule
against Harford.
So Harford off, but has to kick the goal, McKernan. Let's see what happened on the last centre bounce. So maybe the lip just opened up a bit.
I think got a nasty cut when the ball hit him in the face. I saw him at half-time with a very bloody nose and also a cut lip there, Bruce.
So a bit going on here. So McKernan to kick the goal to really give them a go.
Have a look at Mark Graham on the mark. He always does this, leans to one side. Missed it.
He's kicked 3 points tonight and they've all been gettable.
Well, the Kangaroos would have to look at him and say, friend or foe tonight. He'd want to pull out a big one in the last quarter for them. Johnny Howard, the head trainer, and Peter Wilson, the surgeon at Hawthorn, fixing up Daniel Harford on the boundary. They go out wide. It's a good spot up here, and they've got runners who are breaking on the wing.
Leckers the runner. Bowyer back to support him. Hawks would love a goal here. Could break the back of the Kangaroos. Good mark by Barker. I'm not sure if it can break the Kangaroos back, but it would go a long way, wouldn't it?
There's no such thing.
Calling it long.
A wobbly kick, front spot, went to Holland, and Blakey just runs it over. I think Lee said if he had his way, that'd be 3 points, wouldn't it? The way they run it over.
I know Mike Sheehan has.
Yeah, Lee's been on that. 65 to 87. King to himself. Long bomb into the centre. McKay fancies himself from the side. Gets a good crack at it. Chick, can he get any momentum? He can't. Harvey's held up. Play on call. Tallis held up. Good stuff from both teams. McCabe on his knees. Durkay tried to rob it. Gang tackling was great. Girl gets it out. Durkay. Chick was last man standing towards. That was good stuff from both clubs. Puts it out in front. Barker has to feel for it. Little kick on the run. Running hard here is Barlow. Still Barlow. Still Barlow. Back turn.
Too high.
He has got skills, Chris Barlow.
He's got to go back and have a shot, not waste it, although he's looking for Thompson.
Got him.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I think I prefer Barlow from 48 and Thompson at 25.
Well, he was kicking pretty well last week. But again, kicking's a confidence thing.
I tell you what the Roos have done. They've turned it into their game, haven't they? I mean, that passage at half-back they scrapped it out, didn't they? Without Carey there to bust open that big one, and they all get in front of him and just crumb it off the deck. They just scrapped it, and they're down and dirty now.
When they make it frantic and frenetic, there's no better team. When it gets really fast and hard.
Yep. You spoke about McKernan's kick at the other end. This is the sort of kick that can re-establish the Hawks' superiority. Just give them a breather, get that gap up again, and take them into three-quarter time feeling very positive.
Won't be much time after this. He's missed it. So McKernan misses at one end and Thompson misses at the other. I reckon if it gets late in the match, Thompson's probably not the bloke you'd want kicking for goal. He doesn't look like it tonight, does he?
Look, a lot of people say you shouldn't hook foot, but everybody has to give themselves margin for error. You run dead straight at the target, and I mean dead straight, you give yourself none of that margin.
Thompson again. Oh, threw it back out.
There's one that went the other way. Oh, Rocky.
Back to Thompson.
Well done.
Back to Rock. This is a last little attack. There's no time. And they have run out of time. So the margin is 23 points. They've won every quarter so far, Hawthorn. Crawford 2 possessions in that quarter. On the interchange for most of it was an important one. The Hawks have won every quarter, but the important thing is that the Kangaroos got the last 2 goals of the term, and they're in with a sniff. At three-quarter time, it's 9-11 to 12-16. Probably need 3 or 4 to be safe, you'd think, in the last quarter themselves, because if the Kangas can kick 5 or 6, they're going to give themselves a huge chance. This first goal will tell a tale. Rock pushing forward, and then Vandenberg with a bit of crash bang. Clayton's been very good to pick it, and might miss his target here in King and out of play. Not much room for error for the Kangaroos in this last term.
No, there's not. Not at all. If they let a couple of goals come through, you're then thinking in the terms of they've only kicked 9 goals in 3 quarters that they won't be able to do it.
McKernan and Salmon to Simpson. Hooking back. Tallis, good mark. Front spot. Motlop has been pretty handy.
One out. Hands, one out. Scholl coming on the lead.
Kicks it wide. And here is Scholl. Hay feeling for him. Belts away. Right place Durkay. Graham got an important touch. Abraham. Well, we know how far he can kick it. He's kicked right to the square. Rock decides to let it go basically for Rawlings. Harford. Still Harford to Rock. Gee, they were cocky and confident. Hey, that's a great result, isn't it? To Graham. It's like a good kick out.
Rounds 1 and 2. That one would have been rushed over without a second thought. Good contest here. Oh, got a bit of him, Mick. Well done. Disguised it well.
Dixon.
Gee, tried not to get the foot in the way, but he may have just got a touch on it in the end. I thought Holland was a little bit unlucky not to get a free kick. He's just been tackled around the waist there.
Pike building him back in. Rawlings. Motlop. Good looking kick. Bouncing. It's bouncing up. McKernan's running hard. Deck there. Vandenberg takes him on. Tallis to help him out. They could really stretch the big roo here. Look at McKernan. Well done, Corey. Put enough pressure on him. The kick's wobbly to centre wing. Grant. Barlow can't get him. Grant running hard. Grant gets it up to half forward. Kicks to the pocket to Show. Has he got it?
No.
Play on. Play on call. Hayes got him.
You know what the umpires have done tonight is they've put away the whistle for holding the ball. We've hardly seen one called. They're figuring that if a guy's trying to make an effort to get rid of it, they're not going to ping them as hot as they have the last few weeks.
Scholl and Hay.
It's not going to terrify too many, that one.
Speak for yourself. 9-11 to 12-16.
And Clayton peels off into the corridor here.
Bakay did well on Durkay.
Good
Bill
hands.
gets it back. Show behind.
He's just got a lease of life all of a sudden, hasn't he?
Yep.
He's a good player. He just finds it once he starts to get a little bit of belief in himself.
Dipper, how's Craig going in the court?
I think he's
red-handed?
going right there. Craig won extra point there, 22 points. Very, very close. You nominated Hawthorn by 14.
Yeah, I'm comfortable sitting here. I wouldn't mind North to kick one more and then Hawthorn steady it, but as long as Hawthorn win, that's the main thing.
$25,000 for Craig in the Coca-Cola court red-handed if he gets that margin right tonight. It's a lot of money sitting there on the boundary with Dipper. Grant to Simpson.
Second cough up by Barlow there. He really didn't hold the ball in.
Yep.
Won't tolerate that, Schwab.
King hooking. A lot of blokes.
Good pressure from Harford there just to chase him down as he was kicking.
So David King, a couple of goals in the first half, one in the first quarter, one in the second.
A lot of possessions here for the Kangaroos. They got on top all of a sudden.
Hay wide.
Well, don't take him easy, young Glenn Bauer.
Oh, Pickett's so good, isn't he? They
Oh.
just dragged him down and then took it off him. Chicked for a run. Well done, Chick. And then sort of gave it to Hay. Hay's handball over the top. Chance for Barry Young. Haven't seen much of him since the first terrible handball to Vandenberg. Vandenberg
Well
was
done.
terrific to Woods. Woods loads it up. Could Thompson take a one out? He does! He does!
That is a big, strong body.
Have a look at McCartney. He's going quick at the umpire because Thompson basically just turned around. He thought the ball was going over his head. He started pushing back on McCartney. But what he did is in time, he turned back and looked at the ball. Have a look at the quick kick come in. I thought they were going to overuse the ball in the middle, but Vandenberg was very well composed there. The long kick from Woods. Now, Thompson's just pushing here, but then he turns back and he looks at the ball.
Monstered him, didn't he?
Yep.
Another
Got to finish.
Peak kick. He's missed his last couple badly. Basically straight in front.
Oh, he's happy with it before it's...
The big goal of the first of the last quarter.
Well, that was the crucial one that the Hawks wanted. It just opens up that break, and all of a sudden you've got a 28-point margin, which is pretty tough to get back. But gee, Vandenberg was tremendous.
I've been pushing up that kid for a while.
Yep.
I'm a big rap for him. He's an amazing kid. He bench pressed 150 kilograms up on the board last year. He's abnormally strong.
Great use of the body by Thompson, and terrific mark.
No Crawford. Vandenberg's had 4 possessions in the first 5 minutes of the last quarter.
Done well, hasn't he?
And-
They've just got these clearance here. They're going again with Young.
Barry Young to centre half forward. Holland and Martin. Ball comes to ground. Blakey to Pickett. Well done, Harvey. Hands and knees in the end. Then releases. Grant
They're all flooding back and no one's running at him.
He's lost the will to lead. Lang.
kicks to centre half forward. Chick held his ground. Should get a free kick. That was courageous.
Oh, look at the numbers out here.
Tallis sweeps it out. Rock doesn't panic, then gives Tallis a run. Held on to, should get a free kick. Anderson all over him, no free. Comes out, Rock again. To Woods.
They're overusing it again.
Simpson hooks it back. Sam, oh, well done, McKernan. He just snatched it off Salmon and then decides to go to King. Gone. He's holding it. Harford got him.
Well, he's lucky he did, because Paul Salmon, that was a pretty ordinary attempt at centre half back. And good catch by Corey.
Barlow wide.
They really blew an opportunity with numbers there, but
That's good
they have
running on
recovered. Great pickup. Great
And
hands.
great handball by Holland. To
And skills.
Barlow, to Thompson. It tries a half volley. Well done, McCartney. It was a hot handball from Blakey, but Pike handled it. Back to Blakey. Gets it to Anderson, who's just come on. To Harvey. You reckon the Kangas have got to get a goal here to have a chance. Bangs it into Shoal. Pushed out. Taken by Hay.
Well, they've let them go. Nick Martin monstered Nick Holland out on the wing, so
They're
it's
on
all
here.
consistent.
Bauer's on. Will Graham kick it to him? Loads it up to Bauer. He's all on his own. He can sit and wait and take it at 50.
Lost it Clayton.
They've got short people on everywhere. He's just got to spot the right target up. It could be Woods.
Woods goes for him.
Oh,
Decides to load it up to full forward. Thompson takes a beauty. I tell you what, he has found it a bit in the second half, hasn't he?
he was the one player in that contest there who stood his ground and kept his eye on the ball. Everyone else was trying to establish a bit of a run-up to fly for the mark. Look at Thompson holding his ground. Everyone else is looking at the contest, looking at the ball.
That's raw.
He held his ground and he just kept his eye on it and raked it in with the left arm.
I remember doing... Here we go.
Kick 2.
He salutes before it's gone through. I remember doing body work with him last year before he played his first game. And you sort of have a look at the kids and you push Trent around and you have a push with Nick Holland. And I thought, yeah, they've got a bit of body strength, you know, good, nothing out of this world. Trent can be out of this world. But then I got Thompson. Because he wasn't a senior player, I thought, if this kid ever makes it, his body strength is just brilliant.
He's the sort of player that's really developed a lot over the last 2 pre-seasons.
He's monstered McCartney a bit in the last quarter, hasn't he?
He likes the occasion too, make no mistake about it. He's got a bit of an ego in there. I reckon that goes a long way with some blokes.
Tell me a Hawk forward that hasn't had an ego in the last 15 years.
Careful, Bruce.
9-12 to 14-16. Well, this is would be remarkable now from what we've seen tonight. If the great escapists can do it again, the Kangaroos. Harvey goes. Bell went with one. Rock. This will be a very sweet night for Rocky if it comes off. Chick gets it. They're playing confidently. And Rock has made a valuable contribution tonight. And that's a great kick. He's hardly wasted a ball, Rock.
Been good, hasn't he? Especially by hand.
Crowd. Well, they just fancy Thompson one out here. They just reckon he'll catch it every time. And he's done it again.
Well, what do you do now? Do you move Mick back? They've got to win the game now, the Roos.
They've got to stop the ball getting down to Thompson. That's the problem.
He ain't happy.
There was actually a poor kick coming in from Crode. He tried to kick it across his body and it just hung up in the air. But now that he's taken a couple, McCartney's very conscious of his body work. He tried to bang into him. Thompson just held his ground and the ball fell into his hands.
10 minutes ago, I would have said no chance from here. Right now, you'd back him.
Good call.
Oh, it's close.
He's paid it. Oh, gee, that was close. A couple of the Hawthorn players were celebrating. Have a look at this, just standing the ground, keeping McCartney out of the contest. It actually hit him on the right bicep and he was reacted quick enough to grab it.
He's done everything right there, Jason McCartney, too.
King belts it in. McKernan couldn't quite. Hawthorn with a real sniff here. 14-17 to 9-12. Bit up and under from Harvey. He's had a lot of it tonight. It's been very good. Lang goes to ground. Working hard. Wants Abraham. Can't get it out. He's in trouble. Play on called. Chick. Still Chick. Salmon. Well done. Value will take it.
The close in hands have been the best that I've seen this year, Hawthorn, tonight. Lang coming off. Well, that's just about conceding it. He was the one who had to come out of the blue and do something.
Value's kick to centre half forward or half forward flank. Holland. Good take from Dixon.
Oh,
gee.
That is a solid bump. He has put Peter Bell down on the deck. He just saw it coming and he said, OK, I'll meet you hip and shoulder. That is a great bump.
He is surprisingly strong, isn't he, Dixon?
He is tough.
So it's at 50. Holland and Martin.
What's happening there?
Well, it's a free kick to touch. I think in the end it was just so ugly that a free kick had to go one way or the other. Have a look at this.
He's a comedy routine. He's got that little hand. Damn nabbit. He's not happy.
He's been, well, we saw him kick a long goal at the other end. He'll fancy his chances here to make the distance, I think, Holland. He'll give it a big ride.
Gives it a bit of hook. Kicks it right there. Thompson, McCartney wants to concede it behind in a hurry. And it's over. But it's all one-way traffic, to be honest. The Kangaroos have not been able to make any dent at all. Good crowd, 36,514. It's only the second time in the last 8 clashes between the two clubs they've had over 30,000. That's a really good turn-up. Taken by Bell at half-back. Lobs it up. Abraham has promised to break the game open a couple of times and hasn't been able to. Grant takes a chance on McCabe and then goes hard and high. Front spot Hewitt, at the back Graham. Gee, this defence has held up. They've kept the Kangaroos to 9 goals tonight. In short to Holland. Smallest score they've kicked this year so far is 15 goals 14, the Kangaroos.
Well, last year their lowest score was 10-10-70 and they're 4 points under it now.
Bowyer.
Dermot, plenty of run down here by the Hawks, and their skill level is maintained in this last quarter.
They got their tails up, haven't they? I reckon their close-in handball has been exceptional under pressure tonight.
Crowd, front spot. Held up.
He'll pay that.
Ball up.
It's almost required a little bit more temperance by the Kangaroos there. Once they smothered him, he couldn't get it out. If
That's
they
where you've just got to stand over him with the arm up in the air and appeal to the umpire that he's making no effort.
just lean the knees onto him, not drop him. Lean the knees on it. I stipulate that and make it a bit more difficult for him to swipe it clear.
Crowd, Martin and Holland. Harford,
He
to
spotted
Young,
him
that
there.
was clever. McCabe over the top. And Thompson has kicked 3 in the last quarter.
Is that the first one out of the park?
No.
No. Well, he had to go there. Nathan Thompson, his teammates call him the Big Arab.
Good
He's
work
put him
by,
into the top deck.
Good work by Barry Young.
Yes, he did spot him.
He did spot Luke McCabe. I thought he should have handballed, but in the end it was just a little dribble kick to space. Luke McCabe gathered, he drew McCartney, and in the end all Nathan Thompson had to do was turn around, grab the ball and kick it as high up into the crowd as he could.
He'd be excited inside, wouldn't he? He put himself on the line at the start of the match. Have a look at that. The Kangaroos have had the staggers in the last quarter. In the last 4 rounds, have kicked 12 goals in the last terms to 20. And they've only won 2 last quarters all year. Harford
This bloke's been brilliant.
to Rock. Well, he hasn't wasted too many. Wide to Thompson, who's kicked 3 in the last quarter. Dixon and Pike. Still Dixon, didn't go to ground. Gee, he was good there, Dixon. Probably should have given it off. And then loads it up. Bowyer front spot. Pick it at the back. Still Bowyer coming across Durkay, and he milked it for everything. Kangaroos' biggest defeat last year was round 15, 42 points against the Bulldogs. That's what it is right now. So we're in strange territory, aren't we?
Absolutely. I mean, they don't look like they've been put away. That's just how good a club they are. Oh, he's trying to make something happen, get a bit of inspiration here.
Kicks to about 30 metres. McKernan front spot. Hewitt can't break it. And
I think he tried to fend him off and he pushed the Hawthorn opponent too high. Harford got the free kick.
goes wide to Tallis. Little give. It's coming back, I think. It's a blood rule against Harford.
Same one again, same mouth. Same mouth. It's not as if he got a new one, but same cut in the mouth.
He just needs to fold that bottom lip inside his mouth so you can't see the blood.
How many mouths have you got, dude?
Well, I thought how silly I sounded there for a second. I thought I'd re-step, Bruce.
Richard Taylor about to come on. He's had a very quiet night. Only the 3 possessions, spent most of the night on the bench.
Well, the 2 best midfielders at the club over the last 3 years have been Taylor and Crawford. They've had very little from those tonight. Richard Taylor, 3 possession. Crawford, 16, and came off during the 3rd quarter. And they got no more benefit from him. They group ahead, just like a kick-in drill here, and it works beautifully for them.
Well, Graham made his mark early, didn't he, with that
Yes.
first goal, and he hasn't stopped all night. Kicks to Vandenberg, lovely stretch.
Well, he's got McCabe on short if he can gather it quickly.
Well, we talked in the pre-match, Bruce. The midfield had to at least break even for the Hawks for them to win. Well,
He
I
can
think
get it
they've
on to
more than
Dixon.
done that.
Oh, too slow.
So McCabe getting it from Vandenberg, and then goes to centre half forward. Holland, Martin, Abraham. Holland goes back. Kick by Taylor. Has he taken another one?
That'll hurt.
That did
That
hurt.
will hurt.
Dixon's down.
He has poleaxed himself.
Scholl's got it at half back.
And there is nothing ahead.
Came in for Carey tonight. And hasn't the big fella been missed? Burton, King, running hard.
Yeah, well done.
They've been able to keep him under control, the Hawks, haven't they? He's played all right, but they've kept him under control. Hewitt. Nobody. Just nobody.
Not just tag teamed them repeatedly down there.
That's a great switch of direction.
Rock gets it from Graham.
Crode's on the long lead. He's pulled up now. He's come back to corridor.
Rawlings to Holland. It's been pretty good, Dutchie. I mean, Mickey stuck to his guns. That's been a pretty even duel.
Mick's probably been the best of the blokes who's been beaten.
And Pike and Dixon boundary throw in. It's been have a look at
Gee,
Dixon's
this is a
fly.
good leap, wasn't it? Almost stuck and... Oh, that will
yeah.
take the wind out of his.
It's been interesting, Hawthorn. Crode best forward in the first bit. Then Dixon took over and Thompson late and Holland a bit in between. So they've got bits out of all of them, haven't they, at
Yes.
different stages? And in the end, the contribution's been pretty large. Inside 50, good mark taken by Abraham. Runs away. Well, this is a one-on-one. Chick and
This will be
King.
a good battle here. 2 speedsters.
Oh, well done. Clever.
did terrifically well. To Salmon, to Bowyer.
Oh, he's got
Up and high. Barlow waiting for it. He's on his own.
Now, he's got to turn around and kick it. He's got beautiful foot skills. Chris Barlow, late age, mature recruit. He'd want to kick it. He turned up, or not turned up, he allowed the ball to come out of the forward line a little bit too easily. First two contests he went for in this quarter.
Kicks from about 45. And he's kicked another one. The Hawks are really going away now. Well, this is percentage. This is a big win now.
It is, and it's a worrying trend for the Kangaroos because they've only won 2 of their 4th quarters this year.
Yeah.
And one of them really fallen away, and this is hurting them.
One of them was round 1 against West Coast when they were about 15 goals down.
Just kills your percentage.
Beautiful action, that.
Here's Dennis Pagan. So if the margin stayed as it does right now, or is right now, I should say, this would be the heaviest defeat for a couple of seasons.
48
to the Kangaroos.
48 points the lead.
And when you look at the gridlock on 3 games, Hawthorn's percentage here is important. They jump to 4 wins and get percentage. They're one of about 5 or 6 teams on 3 wins at the moment. They'll go to 4 tonight. Clayton kicks to centre half forward. Bouncing ball. Young quickly back outside 50. In fact, the last time Barry Young played against the Kangaroos was that classic match for
he took on
Bombers.
Carey down at the punt road end in the goal square.
Chick gets it inside 50. Thompson and McCartney. McCartney that time. He started the game really well, McCartney, but Thompson's had the last laugh. Clayton at half back.
Sets it up for a bottler next week with Geelong, doesn't it? The Hawks take on the Cats next week at the MCG.
And the Kangaroos have got to go to Adelaide to play the Crows, which won't be easy, particularly if number 18's not playing. Simpson to Harvey, and Harvey just throttles it forward, and Hayes paid.
That's 50 for dropping the ball. Spider Burton had it in his hands, and if you already have possession of the ball, you have to give it back to the umpire.
I tell you what, I reckon Dennis Pagan will be ropeable after this because there are Kangaroo blokes out there who have just said, we can't win. Let's not man up all that hard, conserve a bit of energy.
You can just see Spider Burton picks it up, and then he just lets it go, and you cannot do that.
Just one behind the Kangaroos in this tournament so far. And we're getting deep. Harford has been pretty good. Very good. On the left, smothered off the boot and bouncing. When's the last time you saw the Kangaroos play like this?
Well, they pride themselves on being tough and hard and fighting it out for 4 quarters. And the fight just hasn't been there this quarter. And I think, as you said, Dermot, Dennis Pagan might have a few choice words to say at the end of this.
Well, out of screen at the back, there are Hawthorn players out in the corridor. If it makes its way out there, there's one of them.
He can square it up.
It was Bowyer, and he goes to Rock.
And there's a couple more. Richie Vandenberg stays corridor. They are everywhere.
Barlow again.
He's got the streamlined kicking action, and he is a very, very neat kick, Chris Barlow.
And Barlow short to Graham.
Well, that is Shannon Watt. If he's let Mark Graham run him up the ground, when you're a young player, the coach doesn't tolerate you being beaten by enthusiasm.
I tell you what, he's adopted a new role. So we see Daniel Chick getting a good round of applause for coming off. Angela Leckers going on. Mark Graham's adopted a different role this year. He's been used in past years as a key defender, but all of a sudden you've got more options with Hay and Crode or Barker or Rawlings or whoever's taking the key positions. And he's picking up a lot of the ball.
He's kicked 6 goals so far this season in 7 games. This is his 8th game, so he's almost averaging a goal a game.
He's got 2.
So he's kicked 2 tonight.
Well, Mark Graham, I used to feel sorry for him. He's a 6'3" bloke. He's tall, but he comes in at about 81, 82 kilograms, a touch under 13 stone, and you used to have to see him go out there and pick up Wayne Carey.
Or
you used to have to see him pick up Corey McKernan,
Tony Lockett,
Sav Rocker, and you thought, oh, look, where's the mercy? But released to a flank, a running backman, very potent.
So 2 goals to Graham. He kicked the first goal tonight, and this is a huge win now. 17-18 to 9-12.
See, Nick wouldn't want 20. Oh, sorry, Dennis wouldn't want 20 kicked against them.
Grant goes inside. They just haven't been able to get it past here in the last quarter. Hay to Tallis to Rawlings.
Quick hands again in close. Very good.
Woods ripped away that time from Simpson to Clayton. Clayton from about 52. Can they get a last quarter goal against the flow? Nope, it's a behind. It's only their second point for the quarter. Just trying to find the last time Hawthorn had a win like this over the Kangaroos was in 1991. And both of you would have been playing at the MCG by 64 points.
Vandenberg comes off.
So it's 10 years since they've had a big win, Hawthorn, over the Kangaroos.
Well, they've been a bogey for them, haven't they?
Also,
I reckon this could break the mould a little bit tonight.
since Dennis Pagan's been coaching, in 12 goes against Hawthorn, he's won 10.
Yep.
His only 2 defeats have been by an accumulative margin of 5 points, 2 and 3. And they were 7 years apart.
Oh, that's a point.
Danger. Oh, Hay was good enough.
The good thing I like about Hawthorn, look, their skills aren't fantastic, but they're taking risks, and I like the fact that they've recognised if they don't take risks, they're easy pickings for the good teams. They have to take risks.
Barlow to Crow.
That's a big, strong body as well, isn't it? He got cannoned into the back, he just arched it and thought, my hands are a little bit down tonight, so I'm going to take this one on the chest. He just cops the hit from behind and shoves forward.
So far, they've got 9 goals out of the quartet of Holland, Crow, Dixon and Thompson. They've got 9 out of the 4. This would make it 10 if he can go.
Disturbing too, that he led up the middle.
After the way he started, though, I think that Blakey hasn't done a bad job on him.
Yep.
Still, if he kicks 4, it's a pretty handy return, isn't it? It's 52 out. Probably not going to make it. Burton touches it through.
He could have been 15 out and Burton would have just about touched it.
What price the Bombers for the flag after tonight? I mean, it fluctuates from time to time, but North Melbourne were 7-2 second favourites and the Bombers were 6-4 favourites.
Yeah, they've got a short now. It shows. Oh, look, let's not discount the fact that, I mean, even though the margin is blown out, it's just when they've fallen away. Without Carey, they would never. With Carey, they would never fall away.
And Archer.
Yep.
Watt and Stevens will come back shortly too.
He will come back. Oh, that's good news because I heard he might be out for a little bit longer than we suspected.
King's kick to half forward. It's been an interesting year. Good for Dennis Pagan's talked a lot about the lack of discipline from the Kangaroos in terms of their suspensions, and we've probably seen a few things tonight in terms of their structure that just will displease him greatly.
Richie Vandenberg walking off with Beauden Babicek. Shane Crawford, Svengali, Beauden Babicek. And also you've got Colbert to come back into the side, which can pinch hit at either end. Gives them a bit of freedom.
Barlow running away, Barlow from Barker, then wide, Dixon and Pike. Pike's kept him under control in the second half. Dixon was outstanding early. Graham. All the good players suddenly are now Hawthorns, aren't they? Woods, who was wonderful in the first half.
He's been brilliant.
To Barlow, Holland. The numbers are with Hawthorn. Leckers, good tackle, couldn't get away. Mickey and ball up.
Poor kick coming in then.
Martin's hurt himself.
He's hurt himself, Mick. I don't know if that's a back problem. He looks like he's just struggling to, or a cramp problem.
It's like doing weights, helping Mick up off the ground.
He might have hurt his back.
Johnny Blakey there.
Arch in the front of the screen.
Blakey on the helping up. Holland, he worked hard, Archie, didn't he?
I reckon he was very fortunate there. He actually went to take it from the bounce down. Yeah, Mick saw. He is hurt.
He might have done a groin. That's the last thing they needed. That just compounds problems for the Kangaroos, doesn't it?
Archer comes back next week.
Yeah, he does. He's back for sure. So he's back from suspension, but
Colbert?
Not sure. He's been out for 4 or 5 with a hammy. You'd reckon he'd be getting close.
He'd probably be weighing up the decision to leave Geelong at the moment, wouldn't he? Look at the fact that they're 6-1.
Nick Holland punches it through.
I think he's with a pretty good club. It's a goal.
He's worked on that this year, Nick Holland. He actually leans right back and he gets a pretty ugly strike on the ball, his kicking action. So what we're trying to do with him is to pass the ball through the goals. And you'll watch him when he kicks the goals from now on. He actually stays hunched over it and punches it through and makes the umpire see every bit of that one. Watch him here.
He could just about win an award at the Logies on Sunday night.
And he punches through that.
It's a 10-goal game. 10-goal margin.
That's a blowout.
Yeah, we see Mick then. He's definitely in a lot of pain there. He's just grabbing his right groin there. So, as you mentioned, Dermot.
Yep.
Gee, that's a blow, isn't it, Dipper? Because the Crows next week, and a loss there would bring them back to the field. Barker can't remember seeing the Kangaroos capitulate like this.
No.
To Harford, gives it a hook, and it's a behind.
I thought he was going to give the don't argue then again, Big Tomo. Yeah, in all honesty, the last time I can remember them caving in like this was before Dennis was coach.
Now here's Mickey. This could be one of the big stories of the night, besides the big win for Hawthorn, because he looks in a bit of pain.
He's heard it on the way down. And the ball's transferred to the other end. Scholl and Hay.
Hasn't missed a thing in the last quarter, Hay, has he?
Big
They've
kid.
got numbers all the way up here.
Tallis to Harford. Well done, King. Centre wing and half forward. As I said earlier, they've held him up, King, haven't they? He just hasn't hurt them.
They haven't overcommitted when they attack him because they know he likes to take them on and run around them, so they've just corralled him.
Tallis to Bowyer. He's done pretty well, Bowyer. To Barry Young. They've had some contributors. Harford's been very, very good. Straightens his body and decides to go over the top to Thompson, who works to the front spot. Holland trying to rove. Thompson gets it out in the pocket. Dixon, not quite, goes back to Pike, and then Pike bangs it hard right into the centre. Bowyer's there, still with Bowyer.
Good vision.
Comes to Barry Young. Goes back. Dipper, I'm going to come to you in a second. I think you might have the big fish with you. It gets to Vandenberg. Hooks it back. Could Rocky take one at centre half forward? It's belted away. And it goes to Bell, to Grant. Grant
all
down.
the way here.
He could kick a goal, couldn't he? 2 bounces. Runs a long way. Keeps it low and misses. Dipper, down to you.
Yeah, thanks very much. We've got Paul Santa. A very strong win by the boys tonight, Paul.
Yeah, we've come home well, and yeah, it's a very satisfying course. We haven't beaten North too much, and particularly in my time here, so yeah, it's very good. The boys have done a really good job.
You got a rip jumper there, got a bit of a scratch in the nose.
It could be worse, mate. It could be worse, but very enjoyable. No way. No, it's great, and we've just got to keep on building on this, but it's the best time to get north.
There's the voice of Crawford there yelling, "You're on, fish." I like the load on Crawford as well a bit.
Terrific win. 38 shots to 22.
It's an enormous margin in the end. They'd be excited about that.
They kicked 6 goals for to 2 behinds in the last quarter. It's a massive win. 9-13 to 18-20. You just wonder if it's an aberration, no Carey, no Kangaroos just for tonight, or whether in fact it is a landmark match.
I reckon that absolutely identifies the point where no player is worth a goal amount. A player like Carey is the difference between falling away completely and having no chance, or being out on the ground and the team still has belief.
Well, I guess we're talking about the Kangaroos. Just how big a win is it for Hawthorn too? That's the other question.
Well, it is huge. We mentioned earlier, if you sat down at the beginning of the season and you said to Hawthorn, where would you like to be after round 8, considering you're going to play Essendon, the Kangaroos, the Western Bulldogs, Brisbane, 2 away games in Adelaide, and you told them you'd be 4-4, they'd be ecstatic.
Anthony Hudson's got Anthony Rock. This must be a big night for him, Hutto.
A big night, Anthony. Well done.
Bloody oath it was. Look, they had a lot of players out, as we know, champion players. We'll keep a lid on it. We've got to put it in perspective. But these guys were great. They were, formidable opposition. Just great to beat the opposite. The club I used to be at. It's great.
Does that make it extra special for you, obviously?
Unbelievable. I mean, they're a talented group, and they remind me a lot of these blokes. So, I think these blokes can go a long way. But as I said, we'll keep a lid on it because they had champion players out.
How did you approach it without Carey and Archer?
Oh, look, we prepared that Wayne was always going to play, and it's to our advantage that he didn't play, but we'll keep a lid on it, mate.
Did you feel it was a big test for the club tonight?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, we lose tonight, we're back of the pack, and we win, we're sort of in the the mid-run. So we've got a lot of improvement, I reckon.
And yourself, 26 possessions, you're going pretty well.
Oh, look, just happy to get a kick, mate, get out here and have a bit of fun, mate.
Well done.
Terrific effort, wasn't it, by Anthony Rock tonight? The Kangaroos went for 35 minutes without kicking a goal in that match. They got their last goal at the 25-minute mark of the third quarter.
They just looked dispirited when they came forward, didn't they, in the end? They fell down, and when they took Lang off, I just made the little call then, well, they basically conceded it, because he's the one who fronts it.
And when you consider that now Hawthorn this year has beaten Brisbane, Port Adelaide away from home when Port looked to be back in form, the Bulldogs and the Kangaroos, they've taken 4 pretty good scalps.
They are good scalps, aren't they? That's where Peter Schwab is so frustrated at the moment. He's known that the teams he's coughed up to, or they've let them go, have been teams that they would have expected to have beaten. Last year, at the start of this year, they thought they'd be 3-5 after 8, and they're better than that now.
Dipper, the Coca-Cola caught red-handed in the end. It was a blowout.
Yeah, at the end it was a blowout. Unfortunately, guys, you didn't win the big money or the grand final tickets, but you'll be happy, Craig.
Yeah, the Hawkers win. That's all that counts.
That's all that counts, and at least there's always next week. You know that, Dale.
Yep.
But you don't go away empty-handed. You've got the Coca-Cola pack here, full of videos, full of Coca-Cola product, and also some AFL films. So, Bruce, next week, $30,000. Back to you, mate.
It's getting big. Thanks for that, Dipper. So, huge win in the end. A 10-goal game, but it was the underdog that got home. It was the Hawks over the Kangaroos. 128 to 67.